Welcome everyone to the Simply Reliable Studios. Watch along for AEW 5th anniversary Dynamite tonight. I am joined by, of course, the Renegade JJ Williams. How you doing today, sir?
I am doing well. How are you doing this evening, Walter?
Doing great. Looking forward to tonight's shenanigan. Well, not shenanigans, but watch along.
Well, I'm
Uh,
sure there will be plenty of shenanigans on the program as well. I mean, if the elite are anywhere involved, there will be shenanigans, but I digress there.
God help us. God help
especially
us.
with the guy below. And of course, I am joined by James Hebert here, the He
Hi.
Man. How are you doing?
I am tired, but decent overall. I'm looking forward to hopefully some decent action here on a double television.
Yeah, and we will be joined by coach, the man with the simple man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster, will be joining us for the live stream. And I'm sure a bunch of you are wondering, well, why they go so early if AEW it doesn't start till 8 o'clock? Well, allow us to tell you, there has been some breaking news in terms of AEW. So we came here to discuss this to give us a little time before AEW because it is some big time news. So I'm
Yep.
going to go ahead and pass it over to JJ. For those of you who don't know what it is, he's going to break it down and then we'll all discuss.
Yeah, I mean, we were originally going to go live at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, just hype up the card, kind of discuss our AEW Dynamite memories. But then earlier today, the news broke. The TV deal has been announced for AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm going to read the press release off so that everybody can know the intricacies. If you haven't seen the news report, if you're not like the simple man Noah Foster and you stay off of social media and you don't scroll, then you may not know everything that's going on. So forgive me if I get a little mush mouth and stutter over stuff here, but Warner Brothers Discovery and All Elite Wrestling today announced a multi-year renewal of their highly successful 5-year relationship with an expansive multi-platform media rights agreement that'll provide fans with the widest available access ever to AEW's most popular programming. Warner Brother Discovery's networks and platforms will remain the exclusive home of AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision with enhanced distribution rights across social platforms, as well as building opportunities for additional AEW programming for linear and digital programs in the near future. Additionally, for the first time, all AEW Dynamite and Collision programming starting in January of 2025 will stream live exclusively on the Max app for US subscribers only. All AEW programming airing on Warner Brothers Discovery Networks will also be available to stream on demand on Max. AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery will also collaborate to distribute AEW Live pay-per-view events on Max at a discounted price per event. We'll get into that in a moment. With all marketing and promotion of these events exclusively centered on Max. AEW pay-per-view distribution on Max will begin later in 2025 with additional information and pricing to be shared in the coming months. Tony Khan and the entire AEW team have been incredible partners, and we are thrilled to strike this expanded agreement to deliver amazing new AEW content and stories to TNT and TBS, as well as bring the thrilling live action to Max for the first time, said Kathleen Finch, chairman and CEO of US Networks Warner Brothers Discovery. We are focused on creating fresh and authentic experiences for AEW's passionate and engaged fan base while also introducing them to our growing lineup of high action sports and entertainment at TNT and beyond. We are honored to announce the extension of our incredible partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery, said AEW CEO GM and head of creative Tony Khan, this extension continues the tradition of iconic wrestling events broadcast on TBS and TNT, while also establishing a new legacy for AEW through weekly live streams on Max for years to come. We thank David Zaslav, Kathleen Finch, and everybody at Warner Brothers Discovery for their tireless support of All Elite Wrestling since its inception, as well as the AEW fans, talent, and staff that helped to make this possible. Since its inaugural year in 2019, AEW has collaborated with Warner Brothers Discovery to build a next generation pro wrestling franchise with captivating stories, dynamic and diverse characters, and energetic events all year round. AEW programming has reached more than 33 million fans this year across TBS and TNT, with Dynamite on TBS ranking as Wednesday's #1 cable entertainment program amongst 18 to 49-year-old demographic. AEW Collision also ranks among the top 5 problems in its Saturday time slot with its demographic.
Mm.
Addition of AEW's popular programming on Max adds to an already robust slate of live programming available to U.S. subscribers, including CNN Max, a live 24/7 news stream featuring news and programming, and in-depth reporting of all the biggest news each day, and the upcoming U.S. election cycle from CNN's global news team, and the Bleacher Report Sports add-on featuring live coverage of the upcoming Major League Baseball postseason, NHL and NBA regular seasons, NCAA Men's March Madness, U.S. and Women's National Team soccer matches, Bellator MMA, Mountain West College Football, MotoGP, FIA World Endurance Championship, World Cycling, and in 2025, NASCAR, Roland Garros Tennis, and Big East's men's and women's college basketball.
Mm.
That was a mouthful and a half for you, JJ.
Yeah, it was. Whew.
So we got to break down what this means. It's breaking news. Of course, we don't have all the details. They said upcoming month, but
Yeah,
my
the
first
biggest takeaway,
Mhm.
takeaway, I think, Walter, and I apologize for stepping on you, is the
No, it's okay.
discounted pay-per-views that are going to be offered through the Max app.
Yeah.
Exactly how is it discounted? How much are they going to be, etc. And we were talking a little bit off air, and my thought process is, and I'm just spitballing here, I don't know the exact dollar amounts for the Max tiers or anything, but let's hypothetically say that you're paying $14.99 for your tier of Max, and the AEW pay-per-views are usually $49.99. That would tell me that maybe you would get a discount only having to pay $35 for the pay-per-view, so that plus the $14.99 you're already paying for the Max equates to the $49.99, as opposed to having to pay the $14.99 monthly and an additional $49.99 for the pay-per-view.
Mhm.
That's the way I'm thinking it may work. Again, we'll get more details and all that as time progresses, but it should be interesting to see what their thought process is as the weeks and months go forth.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That would be a smart business move. Well, again, we don't know. It's all speculation. My first initial reaction was just congratulations to Tony. At least we know AEW is around to stay, because competition makes the best out of everything. If you prefer TNA, if you prefer WWE, then having AEW be what most people consider, the second in the, at least in the United States, the second top wrestling company. Competition brings out the best in the other company. But part of me also says, you just made said that you were going to make a big announcement live on Dynamite. if I was Tony, why would you let this break out and let everyone know? You should have just completely surprised us. Usually, when you say, I got a big announcement, it's a disappointment, a letdown. This would have been the first time you made a huge announcement and it actually lived up to the hype of what you saying. I made a huge announcement.
That's fair, but the flip side of that coin here, to play devil's advocate in Tony's favor, is it may have been Warner Brothers Discovery that made the announcement initially, not Tony.
That's true.
If there's also the other possibility of Tony probably realized, well, every time I made an announcement, it meant nothing, and it kept getting lesser and lesser every time I did it. So probably should announce it before Dynamite to try and pop a rating this way. To be fair, that's probably his thought process there too.
That's a way to look at it, but like, I think everybody has been speculating for at least the last month or so that if they were going to announce a new TV deal, Grand Slam or the 5th anniversary were going to be the opportune times to do it. Because you know you're going to get a bigger draw than you normally would for lack of a better term, a throwaway weekly Dynamite.
Sure.
Those two shows are going to be top tier shows, and especially with freaking Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness, you're going to get people tuning in. That would have been a great time to do it. But I know me and Noah have been talking for a while that they're probably going to make that announcement here tonight. So speculation was already running high. Why not just let the announcement be on the show?
That's true. Most of us as soon as we heard that, we were like, it's the television deal. And, you know,
unfortunately, people in our chat, and I hate that I came off like a dick, but people in our chat decided they wanted to try and break that when we had a huge event going for NXT, and it's like, this is NXT day. You can keep that AEW bullshit to the side until 9 o'clock Eastern. That shit's gone off the air.
Yeah,
10 o'clock Eastern, whatever. Like, shit, save it.
This wasn't super chatter, but Safed brings up a good point. If it's on Max, is it uncensored? Let's face it, AEW is pretty much uncensored now. Like, they censor
what
them
are we talking about?
But they got
can't
away
say
with a lot of stuff.
We're past the 10-minute mark, right? They can't say fuck or the C word. So that's about all they can't say. They've said it literally everything else.
And
with
pretty much
and the M word. You can't say the N word, obviously. So yeah, no,
I don't know. Swerve could probably get away with it.
He probably could, but
or MVP.
I guess we gotta wait. I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth here, but they haven't said any of those words, so therefore, actually, no. Did Soraya say the C word once on Dynamite? I swear she did.
MJF said fuck once.
Yeah.
MJF did say F once.
Shoot promo before he disappeared and then returned as the devil. I think he dropped it.
But he did say it with a censor on TBS.
Yeah, but the censor was too late. We hear it clear as day. It was like a blank, like right after you already said the word. Somebody didn't have their finger on the pulse.
It's like, holy shit, beep.
Yeah. And we all know AEW already. Their favorite word is shit and bullshit because they say that every episode.
Shit, bullshit, goddamn gam. All the things. Yeah. No, like they're pretty much uncensored. I think they haven't said the C word and the N word pretty much. Every other word that is a slur or could be considered a slur has been used by AEW.
Which is pretty funny seeing that TBS is one of those basic cable. Everybody gets TBS when you sign for cable. It's a little weird that they get away with that.
I think the reason they get away with that is because cable isn't what it used to be like it was back then. That's why. Yeah. If it was back then, they'd probably care a lot more. But now, less people have cable. It's just like, let's keep people on cable as much as possible. If that means we got to swear a little bit, whatever. People like that. Just appeal to the people who like to swear like a sailor. There you go. That's probably why.
That's true. But getting back to the announcement, I think JJ and I both gave our initial reaction. What was your initial reaction when you read this? say.
I just saw the announcement, like everybody else did in our group chat, because certain people didn't know that it was NXT Day and they decided to post it anyway. But no, I was happy about that. I was happy to see it. It was nice. Good for AEW. Now is not the time to get complacent though, because they got fucking lucky, and I maintain what I
Agree.
said. They everything I said is the truth. They got supremely lucky with the fact that they had an idiot for a boss. Let's not even kid ourselves. The Warner Media isn't Warner Media president and exactly the brightest bulb as people have been trying to get rid of him. So he wanted to keep them on, so they're on. You better hope to God that stays like that, and you don't just be complacent because you got to deal with Zaslav. You need to really, really go and drive the nail home. Continue your long-term storytelling that I know they're capable of doing. Put the right people that are able to do those long-term storytellings. You know, for say whatever you want to say about Hangman Adam Page, but every storyline I think he's had every single creative input in. That goes to the original story he did with the Bucks and Omega. That goes to the story he did with his championship run, which, yes, it wasn't great. But his current storyline with Swerve has all been Swerve and Hangman. So you need to start doing that. Definitely have long-term goals, long-term storytelling. Not just for the top guys, but you need to do that for up and down the card at this point, because it is sorely needed. And you need people that are over. And I maintain this. You got to do something about the Bucks and Perry, because they are ratings killers every time they're on. And that's one of the things they definitely need to do. Put them on Collision if you need to build something up with them, if you're that insistent on doing it. But Dynamite should be a no-go at this point. Same with Jericho. I love Jericho. I love the whole, hi guys thing, but even he's put in that freaking category because he's not been doing great in the freaking WrestleNomics. From what I've seen in the WrestleNomics ratings, he's not great either. So you really need to put over very over talent, as opposed to not as over talent or, ratings killer talent at this point. At least for the next few months or whatnot, because you really need to drive home that you're not trying to get comfortable with this TV deal. You got to go all in, especially if you're getting a pay-per-view deal on Max. You better bring your A game. I mean, you better bring your A game. Like that needs to happen. So,
well, apparently, regardless of how we feel, Warner Brothers did this and Max did this, regardless of what we say about the ratings and the product. There must be something in there.
There is, the only reason why anybody would even allow it to happen is this, and this is the fact of the matter. Wrestling is the cheapest live content you could put on your network. It is the easiest form of entertainment you can put on. It's not even an expense for them to keep it on, regardless of how well they're doing. That's what that tells me, because every metric is down, with the exception of pay-per-views, which has been stagnant. Maybe with this Max deal, it won't be. But man, like, if this was like 2 decades ago, they would have been off the air. You know what I mean? But because cable has changed and they need content, and wrestling's willing to provide that content, AEW could have freaking had a full-on fumble with the football and they'll still win. And they did.
So, you agree with that, JJ?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I don't look at WrestleNomics, so I don't know the quarter breakdowns, the segment breakdowns for some of them. Occasionally, I'll see on Twitter somebody posts the quarter hours and whatnot, but I don't actively research it. I agree for the most part with what you're saying about Jericho and the Bucks. I feel like they.
And Perry, yeah.
No, I disagree about Perry. If you let me finish my thought. I agree with what you're saying about the Bucks and Jericho, partially because they've been oversaturated on the television product. Perry, not so much, because he did have that hiatus after the Punk thing. I
Good
feel
point.
like Mercedes is more of a ratings killer right now than Perry is.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if you're looking at the top 5, Perry is the 5th, but he's at the bottom of that list as opposed to the top of that list. The top of that list is the Bucks, Jericho, and Monet.
And that's fair, but Perry is still on that list.
Okay, that's fair, but that just goes to differences of, you know, what people like and don't like, because I've been enjoying his work since coming back as the Scapegoat, and I'm not a Perry fan. But I've been enjoying what he's been putting out there. I am a Jericho fan, but the High Guys shit has gotten old.
Woo!
So
started.
it's one of those type of things where even the talent that you like, you can get tired of seeing. And the talent that you can't stand, you can actually grow to appreciate.
And Jericho, well, people should know that. How many times did he reinvent himself in the past?
Seriously, Jericho is the Madonna of the wrestling industry. Always finding a way to keep himself relevant and reinvent himself. And kudos to him for it. But at this stage in the game, at his age, he needs to be, I won't say an enhancement talent, but he needs to be the guy that's getting the younger generation ready for the future, not still making himself the center of attention. And I think ultimately that's why the JAS failed. Because you had Jake Hager, you had Matt Menard, you had Angelo Parker, you had Sammy Guevara, and the focus was still on Jericho.
Yep.
It's
literally named
and the same with the Learning Tree now.
Yeah.
You've got Big Bill and Brian Keith, who should be getting pushed to the moon, Cameron Grimes style. But the focus is on Jericho.
Big Bill is the most over person in that group too, and he should be utilized way better. And he's been the most over guy for a hot minute now. Like he was over when he was with Ricky freaking Starks.
Dude, he was over when he was with Enzo in WWE. I saw a video pop up on my Twitter feed the other day of freaking Enzo and Big Cass in the ring where the mic didn't work and they still got their shtick over. The crowd had it memorized.
Dude,
I wasn't watching then when that was live, but seeing that video, I'm like, dude, this guy's been over for a minute. I'd like to see Big Bill and Brian Keith become tag champs.
Personally, I think Brian Keith should. I mean, you could keep him with him, but I think you should bring Enzo in and pair him up with freaking Big Bill. That's honest to God. I've been saying that for ages.
If you watch their matches, Big Bill, everything he do is getting pops. They cheer him. They're supposed to boo him. They cheer this man everything he does. So
all you have to do at this point is bring Enzo back in New York, and the crowd's gonna pop huge. And especially if he's with Big Bill, and those two are gonna be the most overact in the company behind the Outrunners. I guarantee it, because those two are too good. And Enzo's improved tremendously in the ring, so those two are very good ring people now. It's not like one is better over the other like it was back then, because Enzo didn't know fuck all to do in ring, but now he is like really grown as an in-ring performer. If you check out his MLW shit, especially.
If you bring Enzo back, you got to do it in New York, New Jersey, or Boston. Heavy Italian places.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And for those who are going to be like, well, the allegations of Enzo never fucking happened. It was proven to be false. Same thing with Riddle. It was proven to be false, a lot of that shit. So if JR is saying we should sign these guys, fucking listen to him. I'm just saying, listen to him. for once, Tony, get the wax out of your ears and listen.
And in terms of Perry and what you guys are saying, I agree with JJ. I'm not the biggest Perry fan, but the fact that he's not running from this and he leaned into it and it turned into the character he is now, I say kudos to him. And I'm happy he's able to make it work. Whatever he's doing, I
guess that's where I'm different, because I think he should have strayed away from it like Hangman did, and Hangman actually did stray away from a lot of that and like became a whole new gimmick that didn't rely on the Punk bullshit, whereas Perry did. And I just find it as stale as the learning tree at this point.
I think Perry's problem is that when he came back, he aligned himself with the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
If he had been the scapegoat, but kind of been that Baron Corbin lone wolf, I don't think people would be shitting on it as much as they are. But he aligned himself with the Elite, which immediately makes him a shit magnet.
Yep. Dude,
because
it happened with Okada too.
With Punk also.
Yeah. I mean, it happened with Okada too, to your point, because now Okada is getting record low ratings on the WrestleNomics as well, because he's associated with the Elite.
Exactly. And so it's an Elite thing
more
than it is a Perry thing.
There's also credence to your point as well, because not only has Monet, even though she's done damage on her own end, and Jack Perry and Okada, but Christian even suffered that for a little bit until he was smart enough to realize, okay, I'm not going to be appearing on screen with these guys again. And after he stopped doing that, his ratings started to go up again, and he was actually an over person in the ratings. So
translation, the Elite isn't as elite as they think they are.
No,
exactly.
No.
The Elite are the ratings killers. They are the true poison.
Yep. The Bucks are the problem. I mean, if we're gonna really break it down, it's not just the Bucks, it's also, the people in Washington. But this is what happens when you get buddy with dirt sheets. This is exactly what's bound to fucking happen. So especially if you're a wrestler wanting to try to get that so elusive now. I put that in air quotes, 5-star match. It's not as elusive as it used to be. I'll say that.
We'll see what happens with the deal and everything in the future. Maybe Tony Khan is going to make it a little clearer during his announcement, which would be interested to see tonight.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what Tony has prepared tonight. I mean, the 4 matches that have been announced look like they're going to be great matches.
Yep.
And they're supposed to have an overrun tonight. Mm-hmm. What they're saying will probably be the biggest overrun that they've ever had, which tells me that with 3 of the 4 matches, they're probably going to be pretty decent in length. Ospreay Ricochet is probably going to be a good 30-minute banger. Serena and
60.
Britt can probably go a good 10 to 15, maybe even 20. Same with Hangman and Juice.
Yeah.
But Danielson and Okada may go for a full hour, and you've still got an MVP announcement apparently, and you've got whatever Tony Khan is going to talk about. Like, there's going to be. I feel for Noah, because we're supposed to have Simply Predicting immediately following this with a little 5 to 10 minute intermission so he can send the link out. We may not be doing Simply Predicting. This could be a 3-hour Dynamite, dude.
Yeah, I doubt
we could not. We could end up not even starting Simply Predicting until 11 o'clock on the East Coast.
Yeah, can you imagine?
But for the 5th anniversary of Dynamite, I'd actually be willing to forgive it, because it should be treated like a pay-per-view special. It should be treated like a major deal, because it is.
Yeah.
Yep. I would even you know what? WWE's doing it. How about a new intro? How about a new logo? How about go all out? It's your 5th anniversary.
A new logo when they already had a new logo in the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they changed the logo.
Yeah, we have a new logo.
At least a new intro.
Yeah, at least a new intro.
Yeah, Lord knows. I like Pop, but I don't know, man. I think you could utilize a third party fucking on to be the thing for Dynamite. Like get like Nickelback coin for the Ferrymen, since they say we're smoking Dynamite or whatever the fuck,
dude.
Well, I'm not
They're
even
already
picking on the song, but just a new entrance video
exactly.
will make it pop.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Well, since we started talking about Dynamite, let's get into the card. I spoke up with matches we got. First up, oops, I put that as a background lit. That's not. Yeah, that was dumb.
He trying, folks. He trying. He's still
No,
getting
it's all
used to
good.
everything.
And Walter, I'm sending you updated graphics that actually say live tonight if you want to use those.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll do that in the share part. I'll add that. But so the first one we can talk about. I know it's 7:30, not 9:30. We're 2 hours early, but we'll talk about the women's match. Serena Deeb against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, fresh off a suspension. So we'll see.
Again,
what do you guys think of this match?
I think it's going to be a great match, personally. I feel like there's going to be some story building here because you know that Britt wants to get back to the world title. You know that Britt wants to get to the TBS title. So there's going to be some story building here. Serena Deeb is kind of in the category of Jericho at this point in her career. She needs to be getting the younger talent over. And not to say that Britt is younger talent, but because she's been a day zero for AEW. You know, the first woman signed by AEW, Britt Baker. So she's been with the company from the jump, but she was also the face of the company. So I could see her being the first person to be AEW Women's and TBS champion.
Yeah.
And you need that victory over the professor here to really kind of get that momentum going.
I get your thought process on it, but personally, I feel like they've done a very big disservice to Serena Deeb.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're starting a new era, right, I think you should be pushing Serena Deeb personally. That's what I think. Because she's a veteran who knows what she's doing. She has very much not been utilized to the proper point where she should be. And she's new to a lot of eyes because unless you are a hardcore wrestling fan and you know her from the Straight Edge Society days, like everybody in this room, you don't know her from that point. So I think you should be pushing her as opposed to Britt. I'm not even hating on Britt, despite whatever rumors, which she immediately shut those down, by the way. Good on her. But I found it frustrating because she should not be the one jobbing. I feel like she should be getting up there to be the next challenger for Mercedes Moné because I think that would be a barn burner personally, match-wise. Either the world title against Mariah May, but I feel like that's going to be set up for Toni Storm when she returns, or, you know, the TBS title against Mercedes was probably the best bet, and I would give her the TBS title. I'd have her run with that, personally. I think Serena Deeb needs some momentum here. You can only job somebody out for so long, and then they just become, it doesn't mean as much. Like it happened with Rob Van Dam when he returned to WWE. It happened with the Dudleys when they returned to WWE. I remember when were doing the same thing with Jericho, and Jericho had to fight just to kind of stay on top to then put over somebody correctly, like Kevin Owens and other people as well. Like you need to do something with Serena in order for her to really put over somebody and then put over the younger talent, because then she has some credibility in AEW. So far, other than the fact that she was NWA title, she was an NWA title holder while being in AEW. What the fuck has she done?
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody answer me on that one?
I don't
exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
The funny thing is, if Britt gets dominated and loses here, how many people are going to start saying she's being punished for what happened with the backstage and antics with the whole MJF situation? Even though that boiled over, it still happened. Like, how many people will start saying now she's being punished? So I don't know which way this will go, to be honest.
The way I see it, good. Because somebody should be punished. That means Tony has grown a fucking set. That's exactly what that shows. Because, by the way, folks, I was criticizing Britt Baker for how she handled the Thunder Rosa incident as well. So this is nothing new here. So she should have been punished then. So now she's finally getting her comeuppance. I don't really feel sorry for her. Sorry.
But we don't think that suspension was punishment enough?
No, because at the end of the day, she still had a banger. She still had a money program with Mercedes Moné at All In. You know, she had that was the biggest women's match they could have possibly put on, and she had it. So no,
excuse me for a second. Platinum Pete, you said his name. Guess who's here? Popping in here. The simple man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster's here. So let's add him in here. We're talking about Serena Deeb and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD here, Noah. And what are all our thoughts about this match? So what do you think about this match, and who do you got for the win?
First off, let me just go ahead and say it's Wednesday. Happy anniversary, Aew Dynamite. You know what that means, folks. Damn, it's good to be here tonight. Good to see you all once again. Looking very forward tonight as we celebrate what has not only happened this past year, but literally the journey of All Elite Wrestling once again to the date 5 years ago when this company first came on our screens and became the Wednesday night flagship. For me, I look at it like this. Serena Deeb is a veteran of the game that respects the bright, young, up-and-coming, rising stars. She disciplines those that want to prove a point that you are better than her. Queen Amana learned that the hard way. And by the way, check out her interview with Denise Salcedo, which she's already endorsed the likes of Anna Jay and Julia Hart. But Dynamite DMD, she was the first female signing to All Elite Wrestling. We are back home in Britsburg, former AEW Women's World Champion. And the DMD is looking to remind us once again why they are the three most important letters. But now she's going to be tested in Deeb's dojo. We're talking about two women that have literally been challenged their entire lives, both the past and in the present, looking towards the future. As I was looking at Dynamite DMD's promo when she came back in Chicago, talking about when she came back from that stroke earlier today. Great videos by on AEW's website. I look at this match as more of Britt finding herself again. She had a chance at All In Wembley Stadium. And for the most part, she was kind of there, but she couldn't pull it together. That's why Mercedes Moné is still the TBS champion, unfortunately. But I look at this as maybe a resurgence for Britt. But I also look at it as a lesson courtesy of Deeb, because the most experienced woman on this roster right now that could teach you something on how to carry yourself in that ring and make you better than you thought you could be or what you were before, it's Serena Deeb. This is definitely Britt, let's see if you still have it to prove to us why you were formerly an AEW Women's World Champion. Did you come back too soon? Are you both physically and mentally there? That's what that match means to me. And it's good to see you all in the chat as always. Daniel Berry, Safety, Nathan Banks, and Platinum Pete. And everybody, I hope that you enjoy our conversation. We celebrate tonight the 5th anniversary of AEW Dynamite. So that's my thoughts on that.
All right.
Well, before we go any further, let me just say, since Noah's here, hey!
I forgot this again. Like, there it is.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that too.
Well, usually that's the simply predicting intro to make sure that not only, because again, for me, it's not about wrestling, it's about family. And I encourage people to protect their mentality and just their life and enjoy wrestling. I don't simply come on YouTube to just hear myself, all right? Because it's never about me. I come on here to engage with people that enjoy this, that are just looking for a positive outlook and connection with this, when so many people focus, chastise, tribalize the fucking business, which I find utter bullshit. Anyway, continue.
True that.
All right, let's talk about this match now. We got Hangman Adam Page versus Juice Robinson, which will probably be a banger, but I mean, how can Adam not win? I mean, you just came off beating the former AEW champion in the steel cage, and you did what you did to him. I don't want to get into it because we all know our thoughts
Yeah.
about what happened. But coming off, you got all the momentum, and if you can beat Swerve, how the hell could you not beat Juice Robinson? Not to call him a scrub or anything, but he's not on Swerve's level. So for
No,
him to be able
that's
to,
completely fair.
Well,
Like
but
like
yeah.
you said, you
reverb.
JJ rewrote.
Uh-oh.
defeated Jeff
JJ
Jarrett, then you
reroll.
lose to the honeycomb guy.
Well, we heard the honeycomb guy. You
Yeah.
rewrote for a second, big dog.
Yeah. All we heard
This time
was
it
the
wasn't
honeycomb
just
part.
me. It wasn't just me that had the glitch issue. Everybody heard it.
Yeah.
We're live,
Yeah,
pal.
All
We're
we
live,
heard was
pal.
the honeycomb part. So let him try to say what he was
No,
saying.
no, I was just gonna say to your point, you know, you defeat Swerve, you defeat Jarrett, and then you lose to the honeycomb guy. Like, come on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I
at this
mean-
point, this is pretty much serving the steak to the tiger, pretty much.
Yeah, I think we're looking at a Jay White return. I think Hangman wins, and then he's gonna try to, keep beating down on poor old honeycomb guy, and then Jay White's gonna come in for the save. I think we're gonna get a Jay White Hangman match, which I mean, you know what? I mean, just the two caliber of athletes alone inject that into my veins, because that's a, if you're not gonna put Hangman in the world title picture right away, that's a great match to have. That's actually great for both guys' careers, because I feel like you could actually have a feud where Jay White does win over Hangman, but then Hangman gets, his comeuppance and does his crazy ass cowboy shit where he's just gives zero fucks right now. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I hope that that's the direction. I want this to be the Jay White return if they do it, though.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Why Rock Hard Juice Robinson doesn't have as much history of Hangman Adam Page versus regular Hontai Juice Robinson back in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where they're finally at opposite sides when Hangman Adam Page was formerly part of the Bullet Club. And of course, last time Switchblade Jay White engaged with Hangman Adam Page was during the Owen Hart Foundation 2024 men's tournament semifinals, and Hangman won that night. I can see Jay White coming here for two reasons: protecting his boy and getting revenge. And we know Jay White is a master mental player of the game. So I think you're definitely on point with that. It really just comes down to me whether Jay White literally comes in during this match or comes in afterwards. Because I do think him and Adam Page losing to Juice Robinson will be more of an upset and surprise than just, him destroying Juice Robinson or getting DQ because of his attitude, and then Jay White coming in for the save, being one night only, maybe proverbial babyface. Then again, when you look at Hangman Adam Page versus the AEW roster, everybody at this point is a babyface versus Hangman, because Hangman gives zero shits.
Which is funny because we give zero shits about Hangman.
I don't. Again, the folks, just in case you're wondering, for the first time that's tuning in to the Simulable Studios, the view of the people above me do not reflect the view of me, nor does it reflect the view of everybody. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Thank you.
That's fair, Noah. That's fair.
I'll say, you realize who you're talking to, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you, my guy. I'm with you. I like Hangman too.
Is there so before we move on, JJ, did you have because I know you just bounced off of me, but did you have anything to add?
Yes.
JJ?
What?
Did you have any?
Sorry.
Oh, did you have anything else to add to or say? Because I know you just kind of bounced off of me.
No, sorry. The door opened and people were coming in. I got distracted. My apologies.
No,
No,
you're fine, brother.
You're fine.
You're
No
perfectly
problem.
fine. And of course, that's just two matches down on what's supposed to be an extra long, fun, wild Wednesday night dose of Dynamite. Again, 5 years of the day, October 2nd. The show that showcased for our nation's capital, where you had Nyla Rose versus Rico, Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara. You had the Elite back then versus Chris Jericho, what became the Inner Circle shortly afterwards. You had John Moxley, who speaks. Of course, we know John Moxley will take on Bryan Danielson now for the AEW World Championship next weekend at Wrestle Dream. So, again, who knows what's going to happen tonight?
Yeah, this isn't a match. This is just one of two announcements here. But what do you guys? We'll start with Noah. What are we thinking is on MVP's mind here, and what is he going to announce?
Well, I think one word: business. And business is about to pick up as we start the 5 years now of AEW into their 6th, especially with the TV deal. Congrats. No doubt in my mind, MVP is here scouting and planning. He's always been that. He's been both effective as manager and as competitor. I look at MVP nowadays, though. Looks like here he wants to right now maybe prospects in town. We brought up some names last week, and one particular name in my eyes, talking about returns, is Powerhouse Hobbs. I think MVP is going to start his own form here, a business that's going to result in a powerful group that will certainly be almighty and a gold standard, if not sooner rather than later. I think he's going to announce maybe his first acquisition as being part of AEW, because I don't think we're too far away from seeing MVP as all elite.
Powerhouse Hobbs, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what Noah just said.
Yeah, Powerhouse.
Yeah,
Hey, maybe Keith Lee.
If rumors are to be believed, Powerhouse Hobbs was behind the curtain last week, kind of watching as things transpired. So he may be ready to make a return. And in addition to Jay White, just mentioned Keith Lee. Keith Lee's been gone for a minute. Who knows if he's ready to make a return?
Double shoulder surgery.
Maybe both.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlimited power.
I mean, MVP, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin sounds like a fucking do not disturb stable.
Yeah, that's a beast of a stable.
Yes.
I want that. I want that. The two tag team people, I think, is Powerhouse Hobbs and Keith Lee. I feel like it has to be because, think of it. Limitless Keith Lee, Powerhouse Will Hobbs, unlimited power. Baby.
He just wants a shirt and that marketing to happen so damn bad, even though he's not going to get royalties, I swear.
Then imagine if you milk it for a year and Swerve turns and goes with MVP,
joins back up with Keith Lee.
We lose
turns
the dance.
On Nana.
Yeah, he turns on Nana. We lose the dance, but if he switches to that powerhouse of a stable, my God, look out! They're taking over AEW by storm.
Well,
do you really feel like that Nana would not be with them? I feel like he could. I feel like he could join up.
He's too much of a baby face now, like JD was talking about last week. If nothing else, I think MVP's announcement is going to be crashed by Prince Nana, who probably didn't appreciate the interruption last week. And I think Prince Nana may have a message from Swerve Strickland. But clearly something's developing here.
I mean, think about it, James. In the entire time that the embassy existed, Prince Nana was never a face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's become babyface because of his goofy-ass dance to Swerve's song.
Yeah, pretty much.
He organically got over as a babyface. So Swerve, in theory, could be like, you turned me into a joke. Boom, drop him like a bad habit. Go to MVP, who's going to do business.
Could you imagine?
Who wants to run his own syndicate of hurting people.
There you go.
And then you get back to the mentality Swerve Strickland had when he broke into Hangman's house and was looming over his kid's crib.
Yeah, you're definitely right, JJ. I can see the promo now. You turned me into nothing more than a stupid ass dance.
And while granted, Swerve achieved success and was champion during that frame, imagine how much better it could have been if he had been taken as a serious competitor and not.
Hey, I love the dance.
So do I. Don't get it wrong. That shit helped get Swerve over for me. We've had Noah do the dance on multiple occasions, both for free and via super chats before he got down with it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gotten over, but long-term repercussions.
Yeah, maybe.
And then long term, if you want them to go face, who better to take out the elite than them as a group?
New blood and guts.
My thing, honestly, is it just going to be MVP that runs this? Because
we don't know.
We might have a Shane O'Mac involved. Maybe the Moxley stable kind of joins up with this Hurt Syndicate. I'm just saying.
I want to see MVP confront Stokely halfway and really see how things pick up, and if MVP has a female acquisition that could take on Chris Statlander.
Bro, I need a segment with MVP, Stokely Hathaway, and Prince Nana like on my screen immediately. Make it happen.
I mean, Stokely is scouting tag teams right now, so again, MVP is not the only one that's trying to pick up business in AEW.
Wait, why is he scouting tag team? His woman won the hardcore thing at the All Out pay-per-view. Why is he looking for more people? Like,
why would a manager not want to acquisition more talent underneath his regime? It means more money. It means more opportunity. It means more exposure, dude. You realize what we're in? This is the wrestling business. Not to mention, Chris Statlander said, and I quote, "If the next woman wants to get famous through me, come find me. Don't worry about why you aren't seeing me." There's a reason why Chris Statlander still talked about more than Willow Nightingale after that all-out match.
As long as it ain't Mercedes, I'm fine with MVP adding any female on that roster to his group.
I got 2 words. Yep, you just took the words out of my mouth, Noah. Queen Aminata.
Queen Aminata and Mercedes Martinez. Make them both.
Mercedes Martinez is a fair shout-out, former Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. So, again, I'm expecting some very unique developments here tonight at the anniversary of Dynamite. There's a
lot of people that can work for this Hurt Syndicate if
exactly
they have Shane and MVP like together making it. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
So moving on, this one got to be the co-main event here. This might take at least 30 minutes. What JJ was saying before Noah came on, but for the International Championship, Will Ospreay versus Ricochet. We said they might have given this to us too soon, but now that it's here, damn it. What else can you say? I'm going to go to JJ on this one first.
I got a feeling this is going to jerk the curtain, man. Like, what better way to get the crowd hot and into the 5th anniversary? You open with this and you close with Danielson.
I agree. Yep. I absolutely agree. The only reason that this would be the main event is if there's a big angle afterwards.
When this on the show was the right call, but I'm here for it.
You got to consider last week cause and effect too, where Kyle Fletcher head is at, considering he lost to Ricochet and Ricochet's Dynamite debut, and Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay lost out on the AEW Tag Team Championships last week at Grand Slam. That being said, again, you think it's too soon. Will Ospreay even said it's too soon. 8 years he's been figuring on this. And yes, Will Ospreay beat Ricochet in the Best Super Juniors 24 Block A match. It was a 27-minute classic. Again, I rewatched it earlier today. And Will Ospreay won. But look at what Will Ospreay's been, what Will Ospreay's done. Look at where Ricochet's been, though, despite what people may think, oh, he hasn't done as much. The bottom line, Ricochet went off to do his own thing, and Will Ospreay, he continued to elevate himself, changing the game outside the biggest 3 letters that used to be the only thing involved in this business that mattered. So it's one of those things where I feel both men are out to prove a point, because people are still going to cheer, chant, buy his merchandise. People know the name Ricochet on a bigger scale probably than the wrestling fan base, where Will Ospreay is arguably one of the greatest professional wrestlers right now on the planet. And Will Ospreay felt like he was a bit betrayed and soured. Where Will Ospreay won the Best Super Junior title when Ricochet had 3 chances and didn't, might I add. Will Ospreay won that title the last day Ricochet was part of New Japan Pro Wrestling before Ricochet left. For me, I think Will Ospreay is out to prove a point where it's almost been a battle of big brother versus little brother, while Ricochet, in Will Ospreay's words, he's trying to find himself again, remind people exactly how damn good he is. So I think there's a lot more to this than meets the eye if you follow both these men's careers like I have.
Yeah, I think if you let Ricochet go out there, do his thing, you're fine. You know, we were talking about in the previous thing, I'm not saying MVP's the right person, but if you could just give Ricochet a mouthpiece and keep his ass away from the mic and let him do what he does in the ring, I think you'll have the perfect superstar. If anyone could benefit from, I'm not going to say MVP's the right person, but if anyone could benefit from a mouthpiece and then do what they got to do in the ring, it's Ricochet.
But Ricochet has shown more personality, and I thought he had a pretty game promo on that Bashing Summit with Will Ospreay a couple weeks ago. I think people forgot that Ricochet actually does have a personality because WWE wasn't able to showcase it in a way that made people realize it. He more so was just the guy that did flips that you probably been Cruiserweight champion and never was. I think, again, Will Ospreay is out here to show people exactly who Ricochet is, but I think Will Ospreay is out to prove that he's better than Ricochet.
It's good that Ricochet's on his own here because I think he was starting to get overshadowed by just being Samantha Irvin's fiance. Like it was more about Samantha Irvin than him in WWE at that point.
It still is. It's one of those cases where he's Mr. Irvin and she's not
Yeah.
Mrs. Ricochet.
Exactly.
That depends who you ask, but probably more for casuals. He's not wrong.
I mean, to be fair, at least we have a story because we didn't really hear much of a story because they didn't tell it on TV. So thank God for Noah.
Also, I'm watching Renee Paquette sit-down interviews. You learn something.
Yeah, I know that, but like, how about on TV? Can we build this shit on TV?
It was on Collision.
Barely. It was barely on TV.
It's an 8
Like,
minute
they rushed this
What more
so
you want?
bad.
But to James's point, so many people have tuned out of Collision ever since the Punk drama.
Yep.
Collision has not recovered as a show since Punk left and went back to WWE.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
if you're doing that type of storyline building on a show that people don't watch, nobody is seeing it.
Well, hopefully people will see AEW in the near future more often than not, considering what we heard today and what might go down tonight. So, again, that's not all that's happening tonight, though, on Dynamite, because like you said, Walter, whether one closes or opens the show, there's at least 2 matches that any professional wrestling fan is going to tune in tonight for. You just talked about one of them. Let's talk about the other.
Oh, look, a match that actually has been built on AEW TV.
Yes,
Yes.
right?
Damn.
This
Damn.
is gonna be
Ron Simmons moment.
This
Courtesy
is
of
a
James
lot.
Stewart.
This is a lot more than just bitch. But this is
All right, and with that, I'm gonna get my dinner. I'll be back.
Let me just
This
go ahead and
is-
say it real quick. Go ahead.
There is 2 titles on the line. Of course, because of the Continental rules, it's only the first 20 minutes that Okada's championship is on the line. But of course, Bryan Danielson's title is on the line for the entire match. And it's going to be a match. Just the fact that the Continental title rule is 20 minutes, you already know they're going to go past 20 minutes. That's kind of a guarantee. So this might be a 45 minutes to an hour match here.
I'm expecting a 60-minute time limit draw, and that's why we've got the gratuitous overrun that's been announced. Tony has said it's going to be the longest overrun in AEW history. Noah, I don't think we're going to start simply predicting until 11 o'clock Eastern.
Well, guess what? I took tomorrow off from work, and I'm going to Collision tomorrow night to see the aftermath of tonight's show live. So let's fucking go. That's all I got to say. And again, like I said, 2006, when one of the greatest rivalries in wrestling started, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson, Ring of Honor World, Ring of Honor Pure Championship. To your point, a long extended match, but it ended via double countout, where the Pure title changes on countout, but Naito's already champion. He retained. However, the World Championship was also on the line. It can't change on count, which means Bryan Danielson was still World Champion, even though he lost. I think it could be a similar situation here because, as you pointed out, the Continental Championship, and might I add, Continental Championship matches, there are no seconds allowed at ringside, period. But as you pointed out, we also have the World Championship on the line. And regardless of this result, we know John Moxley's waiting for the winner next weekend in Tacoma, Washington, at Wrestle Dream. So there is a huge amount of cause and effect that could happen here. Not to mention the ever-long escapade of the Elite to own the World Championship and thus own all the power in AEW. They try to do with scapegoat Jack Perry at AEW out in a great match, respectfully. But this right here is the combination of one of the greatest trilogies of professional wrestling in recent memory. What started last year, Forbidden Door, where Bryan Danielson did the unthinkable, tapping out Kazuchika Okada, not done since Shinsuke Nakamura in 2015. Okada get his revenge and his redemption earlier this year at Wrestle Kingdom in a great match where Bryan Danielson came back home to the Tokyo Dome. And how these two are tied with each other's careers ever since Ultimo Dragon, training down in Mexico. Both men on their first wrestling show together in separate spots, of course, on the card. But Bryan Danielson was Okada's superior. Tonight, we're going to see if Kazuchika Okada can surpass the American Dragon Bryan Danielson during the final countdown. This is going to be something very special. And I think there's a little bit of unpredictability towards the end result and what happens afterwards.
With that, gentlemen, I think we're about 30 seconds away from it going live. So, JJ, if you want to give your thoughts real quick.
I just had a question more than a thought because The Continental Championship is a 20-minute time limit, so the
Correct.
belt is only on the line for the first 20 minutes of the match.
Correct.
During Continental title matches, there's no second.
Nope.
At 21 minutes, theoretically speaking, could a second appear because the time of the Continental title match has expired.
This stipulation
yeah,
is
because it'd be a
so
normal
ass
championship
backwards.
match. That would be correct. But I will say this: since Shuchiko Aka's come to AEW, there's been no seconds in his corner, and he has yet to be pinned or submitted. He hasn't lost a match yet.
That's fair. There may have been no seconds in his quarter up to this point, but with the Bryan Danielson basically being on an island unto himself, now that the Packpool Combat Club has basically exiled him, and Okada being a member of the Elite, could this be the first time that Okada has a second?
I don't know.
Well-
I tell you, no matter what, you know who's really gonna win this match? Us, the damn
The
fans.
fan.
The fans, damn it, a professional wrestling. That being said, Chuck Lorre, get the fuck off of my screen. WBD logo. Let the fuse bring the boom. It's time. Welcome in, everybody.
Oh, I haven't. I'm not even there yet.
I got you. Let me know
Well,
when you
before
see
we go
three
off the
intimidating
air,
fingers on your
'cause
screen.
I know
Who?
JJ's gonna bow out. So I'm
Okay,
gonna give him
everybody
the
can
Yes,
talk.
go ahead and pull me
to
out.
give him his plug before
Go
he
for it.
goes out though.
There you go. You can find me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, YouTube, Casa D18 Studios, Twitter, ROWJJ Williams. Thank you guys for joining and tuning in. I'll be back at the very end of the broadcast. You don't need to promote this because there's no episode this week because everything's
Oh,
watch
yeah, that's
alongs and recap. So
All
I'll
right,
see you guys at the end of the show.
all right, we'll see you.
All right, there we go.
All right, Noah, bring us in.
So what am I supposed to see?
You're seeing Pac and Claudio,
Pac
Marina
and-
Shafir, John Moxley talking. I'll let these guys talk about again how this place is there. War's been declared.
Have they even given a name to this crew yet?
No. The only thing that's been done is Claudio Castagnoli has a darker new theme based on Moonlight Sonata. Talking about choices. Again, Shafir not speaking a single word. Moxley turned around right now on our screens.
I got Moxley talking face forward.
Not yet.
Yep, me too.
And Claudio speaking right now. They're talking about where they're saying big plans.
All right, I'm gonna pause it where I'm at and tell me when John Moxley says go out on your shield for you.
What the hell did Shafir say? Wait a minute, now he's Brian with
Now he just did it. Now he just said it.
All right.
You can have that belt. Good.
Home soiled. Man, he's giving a Jake Roberts promo, man. He's all quiet and whispering, and you gotta really listen to
This is the most focused I've ever seen
Moxley.
John Moxley in his wrestling career.
Mhm.
There's purpose behind what John Moxley's doing, clearly. Right on your shield. The Warrior's death. On your home soil. Man. Final
I'm
countdown,
sending
how about
that-
last rites?
I'm at where he just said, I'm sending daddy home.
Yep, for good. We're alive.
Number 12 fish, you believe. Opportunity. Man, I'm really behind.
Yeah, you're really behind. Are you watching on Sling?
Yeah, of course. What the fuck else?
no,
am I
no.
watching?
Mm.
Man.
Excalibur's already welcoming in it. I'm gonna
Well,
pause
again,
it
they
to
don't
use
do the thing. We
Excalibur.
just go right into it. Look at pass the crown on hand because finally we have arrived in Pittsburgh, PA for it's Wednesday. And you know what that means. We are back here once again in the Super Liable Studios on Wednesday night tonight to celebrate 5 years of the Wednesday Standard. Welcome to Aew Dynamite. Welcome to the show, everybody. Walter Cruz, James Gebert, Noah Foster on the call. Thank you for bringing us in on your screen, on whatever device you choose. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Hope everybody enjoys the conversation, the reactions. The coverage is sure to be a spectacular night of action. John Moxley sending basically a death note towards his future AEW Champion challenge, Bryan Danielson, as of this moment. Right now, though, we are kicking things off with the AEW International Championship, a match 8 years in the making. It's Will Ospreay versus Ricochet.
Well, Ricochet just appeared. Walter, if you want, just sync up with my feed because I'm trying to sync up. I'll try and sync up with Noah. Noah, what is he doing right now?
He's walking down, man. 4 career single wins versus Will Ospreay. Of course, we talked about the one match they had back in 2016 in the Best of Super Juniors. That was not their only encounter, though. These two men have shared a rich history against each other. And tonight we're going to see truly if Ricochet still could be recognized as Big Brother.
We just got on the apron, by the way.
Noah, if Ricochet wins, is he the quickest champion in AEW history?
That would be correct.
So he's in the ring now. He's doing his pose, and then he puts his. Okay, so you're. So I think we're in sync. He just got on the turnbuckle.
Yep, we are good, James. All right, we got this.
I got Ospreay drinking water.
Well, you're still ahead.
All right.
Yeah. So pause for like 2 more
water.
seconds.
There we go. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher face to face after losing out on the AEW Tag Team Championships. Brother and brother. Oh boy. Don Callis.
Yep. Is Don Callis bleeding? What the hell?
That scar ever since John Moxley put that in his head.
Look at that look.
And Don are leaving?
Look at that look, Noah. Did you see that look?
Yeah. Well, again, Konosuke has had a bad mood against Ospreay ever since that loss of Revolution. Time to elevate the action! And Sandy, good to see you. Good to see everybody, by the way, in the chat. Again, Safety, Matthew, Sandy, Christopher Ross, Wesley, Platinum Pete, Daniel Barry, Chris LeCure. Hope everybody enjoys our coverage tonight as we celebrate 5 years to the day. It was October 2nd, 2019, that this Wednesday night standard was created and has grown into what it is tonight, AEW Dynamite.
While we celebrate the 5 years of AEW, I'll be remiss if I didn't shout out and say happy birthday to my mother. 75 years old today. So happy birthday to my mom. So shout out. She's probably watching somewhere. So
God bless mothers again. And also happy birthday to AEW wrestler Sky Blue. Get well soon. Of course, still recovering from an injury. Of course, we saw last week at Grand Slam, it was a choice of morals that cost Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher the AEW Tag Team Championships against the Young Bucks in a phenomenal match. But it was Kyle Fletcher once again who lost out on the big moment. Well, Ospreay tonight has to refocus now on one-on-one action defending the AEW National Championship though against Ricochet with a record of 22-2.
No, ironically, they were screwed by a screw.
Literally. Oh,
we got Referee Rick Knox for this opening contest. The first time that Ricochet and Will Ospreay met was in Rev Pro back in 2013, and Ricochet won that night. Ricochet, of course, who comes in here with more in-ring experience overall in his career.
Take a look at the Re-Christian International title, because when MJF had it, he changed the name, but now that it's back on Will Ospreay.
This is going to be an incredible match. We're about to see truly what King Ricochet has learned the 8 years of hiatus away from professional wrestling while he went off to the world of superstars. Here we go.
Say what you want about AEW's ratings, but look at the crowd. Look at that arena. That looks pretty full to me.
That's pretty full arena.
That is a full arena celebrating professional wrestling's anniversary, damn it, at Dynamite.
Calling elbow tie up for me.
Calling tie up for me right now, too. And here we go, folks.
Sweet.
5 years of Dynamite being celebrated live here tonight on TBS.
Oh, my God. These guys barely touch and listen to the crowd.
Let me see if you see the clean break.
Right now. And Ricochet looks like they're going to separate for a clean break here. Whoop! Went for a shot. Ricochet doesn't meet. Side headlock takedown. Head scissors takedown. Both men right now, giant position, picking up speed.
Oh.
Headlock takeover.
You know it's going to be hard to keep up with this action.
Oh. Cover it, bridge. And
nice, into a nice bridge.
Flag. Evenly matched here in the opening minutes.
Oh, man, here we go. These two are going wrestling here. Now the high fly might come into play.
Don't blink.
Yeah, don't blink at all. I don't think they want us to take a breath, Noah.
Great STO by Ricochet, by the way.
And up and over. Ospreay landing on his feet, though, right now. And Ricochet springing off the top, looking for a deep arm drag. Ospreay lands on his feet, though.
Oh, they just
Right.
both keep landing on their feet.
And
That's
again,
amazing.
standing on the Rana.
Ah, hell no. These two are athletes.
Harris.
Oh,
Match,
Oh,
double
shit.
handstand,
the
moonsault,
superhero
stalemate.
pose.
And the crowd goes wild.
The superhero pose. Matthew, good point. They doing all the flips and Meltzer's blowing his loads.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Can we please show some decorum in the chat, Matthew? Thank you. And again, folks, we kind of want to support each other. Have fun here tonight. I'm just here with you, Matthew. Shout out to Team LDQ. We are Team All Elite. And hello, Real Dash Mars. Good to see you as well.
Ricochet just smacked the taste out of Will Ospreay's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Ricochet's out here to prove a point. Will Ospreay's out here to see if Ricochet truly knows who he still is. Big brother versus little brother. Who's matured more the last 8 years?
Oh, wow. What a vicious forearm by Will Ospreay in return.
Noah, you talked about it earlier. I'm off tomorrow, too, so I don't care how long this goes on.
There you go, brother.
And my kids are off of school.
Will Ospreay right now, literally, that whole forearm across the chest of Ricochet.
Oh!
Former
Yeah,
NXT North
great.
American champion. Oh, cut. Oh, man, what a
great
backbreaker.
Ospreay rolling out of the ring after being hit with that backbreaker.
So that would definitely slow your Metson down for a moment. Ricochet might be looking to pick up things here. Looking to fly. Pop the top. And
Suicide
stay on the outside.
Boom.
Yeah, you guys called it. They were going to open with this.
And Ricochet driving Ospreay hard into the barricade.
Two fan favorites in a lot of ways. Definitely had different career trajectories after their time in New Japan, but now they're back in the same company here.
Ricochet giving chops.
What?
You know, I don't care that he has gloves on. I can still hear that.
And again, Ospreay finds his footing though on the barricade. Now once again, looking to leap up, and Ricochet.
What?
The fuck?
Whoa!
What?
Ricochet meeting Ospreay on the railing and giving him a Hurricane Rana on the outside.
Frankensteiner be damned. Holy hell.
As we go to a replay here, that's the dive that Ricochet hit him with here. Here's the Frankensteiner.
Think about
Unreal.
the balance and poise Ricochet had in that instant to do that.
You're working about what are you working with? 3 inches of width on the railing to do that?
Exactly. Great. That was a great style tope con helo.
Ricochet lowering he's lowering his knee pad now.
And Ricochet, by the way, who's coming in here so far with victories over the likes of Kyle Fletcher and Sammy Guevara. Will Ospreay with victories over the likes of Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke Takeshita, Bryan Danielson. 50-50 split crowd on hand here tonight at the anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Silicon Night TV time with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho, after his win over the Conglomeration and Mark Briscoe. And also him and Adam Page goes one-on-one with Rock Hard Juice Robinson on this stat extended edition of Dynamite. Corkscrew kick by Will Ospreay.
Yep, perfectly executed by the aerial assassin.
That will see us here once again in Pittsburgh. As Steinberger DMD will go one-on-one with the Professor Serena Deeb, and Private Party will be in action after their loss last week for the Trios Championships.
I don't have Private Party graphic. I didn't even know they were in action. That must have just been announced.
Yeah, like MVP also has an announcement tonight. Meanwhile, Ricochet catching by Will Ospreay. Beautiful, phenomenal forearm. Cover, middle of the ring, 2 counts. And our main event will be Bryan Danielson and Katsuchika Okada for both the AEW World and the AEW Continental Championship. The Continental title will only be at stake for the first 20 minutes.
I wish we could press fast forward on life just to get to that.
That's good, dude. We're just starting, all right? Buckle up, folks. It's going to be
Nice
a wild-ass
Kawada
Friday
kick.
night.
That was a brutal Kawada kick by Ospreay,
God.
and now a nice knife edge chop brings Ricochet down.
Yeah, Ricochet falling like a freaking tree. Ricochet, by the way, the 20-year high-flying veteran of the game, trained by the likes of Chuck Taylor.
Ooh.
Ricochet putting on the brakes on him.
Ooh, tried to go for the hook kick.
And
Nice
both men
spinning
right
wheel
now.
kick.
Whoa!
Lariat, are you kidding me?
Another one.
God, what a rebound lariat.
Close line from hell. Go for cover.
Not fair, no.
Ricochet turning Ospreay inside out with that lariat.
And Ospreay, though, up and over, catching Ricochet, hoisting him up, looking for the Liger Bomb. Ricochet escapes, catches him with a step-up knee strike. Wall kick.
Oh,
Step up Izaguri. Ricochet rocked for the moment.
Jesus.
Ricochet with his own wall kick.
Whoa. Ricochet returning the favor.
Bring back heel kick. What? Spanish Fly!
Oh, Spanish Fly standing in the middle of the ring.
Cutter! Kick out.
Holy shit. That sequence was nuts.
It's going to take a lot more to keep either one of them down than that.
This is professional wrestling, damn it.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the lighting or Ospreay's chest was really red for a second.
I mean, they've both been chopping the shit out of each other the entire match. So
I say, James and Walter, you realize these men have done more than just flipped off each other's chest, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Ospreay, though, might be looking to set Ricochet up for an Oscar. Ricochet's counting it, though, on Ospreay. Over, awkward landing on the apron.
Yeah, that was a very bad, rough landing for Ospreay. It looks like he's clutching his lower back. And look at Ricochet like a shark smelling blood here.
Whoop, flat the kick.
He landed right on that tailbone.
And knife edge chop, of course, like I said, Ricochet and Ospreay, they have history, 3 years worth of matches against each other before they went their separate ways. Looking for the double underhook.
No, we know that.
Stormbreaker?
Yeah, you know Will Ospreay utilizes the apron like no other.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ricochet, though, scouting. Got him hooked up. Fireman chair. What the hell's Ricochet over here? Ospreay fighting back, though. Catching Ricochet with a hook kick.
Boom. And now going to go for the Oz Cutter here from the top rope.
We saw this at All In and got
Oz Cutter!
Holy shit!
On the apron.
On the apron. And both men fall on the floor.
But again, who gets more damage on that? Because look how Ospreay lands when he delivers that on the apron.
Yeah, I was about to say, at one point he was going to try to go for what looked like for a Stormbreaker attempt. He probably would have been better off doing that instead. But he opted to go for that Oz Cutter.
And instead, that Oz Cutter, like you said, Walter, both men on the floor can either make it back into this. Stay tuned, folks. We'll keep you in tune with the action and all the different updates. Wrestle Quiet, picture-in-picture. Fuck television. As we got a moment to breathe here tonight of what has been a high-flying, high-velocity delight, and we are literally just 15 minutes in. Take a look at the replay here to your point. Watch the way both men land as Ricochet goes off the corner here. Drops him!
And after, remind you, just like 30 seconds before that, Ospreay landed right on his tailbone on the apron.
Yeah, so his back has got to be all sorts of screwed up here. And now Ospreay back into the ring first. Ricochet looks like he did get the worst of that bump that time. He gets back in the ring.
Man.
Holy shit! What a drop kick!
Drop kick! Hung on the front legs and up here. No!
You know who's enjoying this?
Unbelievable.
You know who's enjoying this match more than us? The chiropractor. He's about to make a hell of a lot of money off of these two.
Someone called Dr. Hightower.
That's funny. And right now, Ospreay looked like he was looking for another Oscar to say, but Ricochet collapsed on Ospreay. Cheeky bruv. Look at that smile on his face.
That was a great drop kick, by the way. A great missile drop kick that immediately catch Ricochet after he gets back into the ring. He was draped over the middle rope to just get back into the ring. And he just got brutalized with that freaking missile drop kick.
Ospreay taking a breather, much deserved, but how fast-paced this match has been.
Will Ospreay, of course, the younger of the two here in the ring, also an experience, 13 years of experience, former Rev Pro British Heavyweight Champion, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, current AEW National Champion, 2-time AEW International Champion.
Yep. I mean, Ospreay, when you look at credentials, you would think that Ricochet has more credentials than Ospreay, considering he was in the WWE, but he doesn't nearly as much as Ospreay does. Ospreay has made a name for himself, while Ricochet has kind of struggled to find his own way since he went to the WWE, and that might be in his own head here. And that's going to prove to be either the biggest detriment to Ricochet or the biggest chip on his shoulder to get him to win this match.
I feel like AEW really tests a wrestler to find themselves and prove why they're worthy of calling themselves to be elite or all elite, whatever you want to call it. I think AEW brings a different perspective out of you, both as a wrestler and as a person. You can talk about countless individuals that have demonstrated that in that ring. Massive elbow strike, drop Ricochet.
Yeah, just absolutely floored Ricochet. That was unbelievable.
Of course, Ricochet, Prince Puma, King Ricochet, to your point, Lucha Underground champion, House of Glory heavyweight champion, PWG World champion, former WWE NXT North America, United States Intercontinental champion, and of course, heavily Why Will Ospreay was found in Rev Pro, Ricochet was found in Dragon Gate, former Open the Dream Gate champion.
Yep.
And Ricochet right now trying to get the better Will Ospreay here. This is our opening contest for the AEW International Championship. Of course, Will Ospreay won that title against MJF at All In and successfully defended so far against the Bastard Pack back at All Out.
Yeah,
now
look
his
at
second
this.
run.
Oh, Jesus. Going to the top rope here with both of these guys. This cannot be good for either one.
You know, I would say I sense disaster, but with these two, I don't know what to think about anymore.
When is it not a disaster with these two?
Good question.
A beautiful disaster.
AEW Dynamite back here live from Pittsburgh, PA, as we celebrate 5 years of the Wednesday Night Flagship. That is Dynamite. Our opening contest, the AEW National Championship, Will Ospreay and Ricochet. Ospreay perched in the top rope. If we look at the replay here, Ricochet went back inside the ring, and Ospreay catching him with a springboard dropkick inside the head, while his spinner was taken out from underneath, and he went jaw first to top turnbuckle, and now both men precariously perched in the corner.
Oh, Jesus. Look at the way this is set up here. Either Ospreay or Ricochet are both going to go down here.
Oh, Lord. And Ricochet right now.
Or
and Ospreay.
Frankenstein or something.
Looking for a
There's
big
Ospreay. Oh! The impact on his knees to land on his feet there.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's acting like there wasn't any damage done there, but there might have been.
And again, it's a credible. Look at Ospreay. Oh, my God.
Oh!
Cover!
Holy shit!
Cover! Middle of the ring! No!
Well, that would have been embarrassing, hitting him with his own cutter.
And he did that when Will Ospreay wasn't looking and he was grandstanding to the crowd. That's exactly what Ricochet had to do. He just caught him completely by surprise.
Working his way up, a couple of jabs to the body now.
Literally taking the wind out of Will Ospreay's wings. Oh, and just hits him with a buzzsaw kick.
Double finger salute by Ospreay as Ricochet's going up, possibly for the 450 splash here.
Oh,
to the top rope. Ospreay in the drop zone. Ricochet where he's most poised. Lands on his feet, though. Ospreay goes out of the way, looking for the head and blade. Oh, Ricochet. Scotty.
Oh, backside driver.
And hooking him up.
Power driver.
It
might be too close to the ropes.
Champion? No.
Whoa, that was about 2.9, guys.
That was such a close kick out. Look at this again. Twisting pile driver right on the head and neck of Will Ospreay.
And it was
that might have been his
backslide driver, to your point, James.
Yeah, that was great combination move there by Ricochet.
Tayo had two options. I mean, Ospreay had two options. He was real close to the ropes. He could have reached or put his arm under, but he decided to kick out. And if you keep going for the covers like this, he exerts a lot of energy every time he has to kick out.
Yep.
And, well, Ricochet wearing down the champion. We know the reservable Ospreay, though. We've seen him endure war for 63 minutes, 60 minutes with MJF, 63 minutes in a steel cage with Bullet Club War Dogs earlier this year in Osaka. Spinning back heel kick by Ricochet, though. Rocks Will Ospreay. Now hooking him up. Like suplex. Rolls through. Does not go for the bridging cover.
Brainbuster.
Oh! Jesus almighty. That was a brutal stunner. That absolutely jaw-jacked Ricochet.
Beautiful reverse.
I look to sink the blade of Ricochet. Catch him, though. Freaking center tangle reversal by Will Ospreay. Deep hook. He's got it.
Styles Clash.
Styles Clash connects.
What the hell?
Cover to retain the title. No.
Oh, these two are pulling out all the stops.
And Ospreay continuing. It's cutter.
Got all of it. Gonna go for a cover again.
Hook up the near leg. Has he done it? No.
Jesus Christ.
Ricochet, I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was a very soft kick out.
Yeah, he's out on his feet. He got hit with about 30 different moves by Will Ospreay.
You got to wonder, Noah, if that was just pure instinct, that kick out.
Possibly, again, we talk about that innate sixth sense of a wrestler here, and both these men are demonstrating that in spades here as they're going all out here tonight on the 5th anniversary of Dynamite, the AEW National Championship.
Oh, Will Ospreay removing that elbow pad.
This match literally living up to the billing of what both these two athletes bring. And having encouraged an incredible younger generation. Hidden Blade miss. Wow! His own Hidden Blade!
Holy shit! Gonna go to the top rope! He might be sitting up for the 630 here, guys!
I think that's exactly what's going through his mind.
In the drop zone, Ricochet once again poised.
Shoot!
Superstar splash!
And a hunk of both legs to win the title. No!
Holy shit, you're kidding me.
Look
This is how you open any event.
Yeah,
Look
you
at how
think?
close Rick Knott's hand was to touching the mat for 3. We're inches,
But-
folks. We're at inches.
I think he might be going for a stomp or something. The way Ospreay's set up,
I'm
And
scared of what
Ricochet's
he's
got
looking
him.
for.
Ah,
Oh,
shit!
Jesus
axe
Christ.
kick stomp.
Turn Ospreay upside down. Might be looking for vertigo. Ospreay escapes on the back door, though. And a
Poison Rana!
Jesus Christ.
Ricochet
And a
has
poison
the cover down. Poison Rana. Hit it, Blink Connect. And Ospreay falls in the cover. Reverse.
Wait, Ospreay's.
Runners down. Wait.
Oh!
Hey!
Wait! I want to see the replay. Ricochet's shoulder wasn't on the ground all the way. His right shoulder, his right shoulder was was up. His right shoulder was up.
Well, Ospreay's shoulders though also were down. Technically, I think that was a double count, right?
Yeah, that would be what the ref's decision is. But if you look at the replay, I gotta see it. Ricochet's shoulder wasn't all the way flat.
Let's get Justin Roberts' call. This match has been ruled a draw.
Fuck off.
I mean, you gotta do it.
A very
No,
unpopular
you
decision
don't.
here.
It's an illegal way to. You don't count both people's shoulders on the mat. It's not legal.
I want to see the replay. I'm telling you, Ricochet's shoulder was not completely flat.
Well, it sounds like Ospreay and Ricochet agree with you here, and they want to restart the match.
Yeah, they are gonna restart it.
They want to run it back. I don't blame them. We need a decisive winner here.
Hey, we already have an overrun. Why not restart this?
Hey, put as much time as you want. I'm for this match. What? This match
There we
is
go.
started.
Cool.
Finally, a decision that we can agree with Tony Khan.
And both men right now just teeing off against each other with these elbow strikes, middle of the ring. Neither man showing anywhere fatigue.
I think the point was to give them a breather to rest for a second.
You could have still done
Divine
that. by having
Intervention?
them
I'm not
kick out.
sure. The Ospreay's feeling something here. We know how crazy Will Ospreay is. Is Ricochet feeling the same thing? Oh, both men meet with a single kick
Jesus.
middle of the ring. And again, both men. On the mark, blocks the kick. High kick block. Both men meet each other with a high kick again.
Same thing on both their
Block
minds.
shot in
Oh!
and connects.
Okay.
But wait a minute.
Oh!
Fuck. Kanosuke and Kashka.
Oh, come on.
Leaving.
What was the point of the double count out if you just were going to do this disqualification?
Well, I told you Kanosuke has been having literally his anger towards Ospreay. Bang!
I called it at the beginning, that look that he gave Ospreay. I said, I don't like that look. I told you guys.
He's
Wait,
about to
was this
hit. He's
Kanosuke's
about to
own
hit.
choice?
He's about to hit Ricochet too.
Was this done?
Hell yeah.
Was this done? Cows is doing? Fuck! God,
Holy
world
fucking
class!
shit.
And now look at the hoist Ricochet up, raging fire!
Wow.
Takesha making a statement. You
And
got
now
to
we got-
wonder if these are marching orders by Don Callis, Noah, to your point.
I mean, we've seen the jealousy. We've seen the envy in Kanosuke ever since he came back from New Japan competing in the G1. And remember, Will Ospreay's first opponent was the Alpha back at Revolution.
I love
You gotta
that he's
wonder-
wearing ninja pants. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to wonder how Kyle Fletcher feels about this. Is he going to be conflicted, Noah?
Look, Kanosuke Takeshita has made his intentions well known. He wants Will Ospreay's gold. And whether or not he wants Will Ospreay's head on a platter in the process, the Alpha wants to be the next AEW International Championship, as this match has been officially thrown out. Well, that's a hell of a development.
That was the most convoluted way to get there I've ever seen.
No. Please.
Meanwhile, we go backstage with Camille and Mercedes Moné.
Can we get the Grand Theft Auto stripper off my screen, please?
No.
And now we got Camille.
I like my GTA strippers. God damn it.
All right, you two. Hold yourselves together, all right? Oh, good Lord.
Oh, don't talk about the 5 years as if you were part of the whole 5 years. You just came in. Shut the hell up.
All right, control yourself, Walter.
He's not going to control himself. My best moments when okay.
Yeah, best moments. What's this? A 30-second package? You just joined the company, damn it!
I mean, she went big business. We saw her at big business. She beat Will Nightingale, double or nothing. She beat Stand Up Curve, been indoors. She defended the TBS championship successfully against Sky Blue. She defended the Andrew Strong Openweight championship against Momo Watanabe on Capital Collision, and she beat Tiebreaker DMD at All In. That pretty much sums it up, I think, unless I forgot anything. Oh, that's right. She did beat Nyla Rose also with a TBS champion. Nyla Rose, of course, who lost against Rico for the inaugural AEW Women's World Championship.
And she did go back to Japan. She did go back to Japan, but that's not really AEW.
I love how like Renee can't even take any of this shit seriously. It is
Renee is as freaking truth as freaking truth can be.
Thank you.
MVP!
Holy shit.
Didn't I say anybody but Mercedes? Don't recruit Mercedes MVP!
He's recruiting Mercedes.
Did I not mention this before we went on? At the beginning before the Dynamite started? What the? I just said
I mean,
that.
to be fair, I would like that and Camille to join, to be fair.
I mentioned it because I had a damn feeling that that's what they were going to do.
Well, as we regroup ourselves, we look back at 5 years, some of the most painful, most violent, most dangerous matches we've ever seen, including Chris Jericho's chest being cut open and bleeding. We defended the Ring of Our World Championship against Termination E back in 2022. And coming up next, hi guys, it's TV time. We'll be back with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho. Up next, Aew Dynamite's 5th anniversary, and we come back from this commercial break. Fuck television.
Fuck television.
Oh,
the inaugural AEW champion.
I'm starting to not like this Learning Tree gimmick. I'm just...
All right, well, let's go ahead and get people's comments here as we got a moment to breathe after that. First off, fucking phenomenal opening match, and I love the suspension disbelief with the fact we don't know if we're going to get run back our clear winner. And clearly, Will Ospreay, Kadosa Takeshita, it might come up as soon as Wrestle Dream at this point of what the Alpha did. And whether Don Callis is involved and Kyle Fletcher's aware of it, that remains to be seen. There is an unknown storyline developing here, folks, and more than one possibly.
It was a phenomenal match, but I'm not a fan of the back and forth, like Poison Rana, and they could just get up.
Okay, I was
that
fine.
Was like instinct. That was crazy.
I was fine with it until they did the double pin, and then they restarted.
Yeah, that was an odd spot.
Only for it to be ended in disqualification.
Rick Knox, why I keep saying Mike Knox for some reason? But Rick Knox out of position. The Ricochet's shoulder was not firmly down on the mat. So technically speaking, that was a pin for
Ricochet. Yeah, he can complain and it'll be legit.
It's not a complaint. It's more of an analysis, all right? Because we always talk about the referee's wrong. Kill the referee. That goes in any sport. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, listen. You talked about Mike Knox. I got to go 10:15. Doing his pose.
Fucking hell.
Sorry.
Damn it, James, you freaking idiot.
Thank you.
JJ, if you're here, we can bring you on with full commercial if you want to give your thoughts.
Yeah, let him know.
So I'll have JJ get his thoughts in a second. I'm just going to give my thoughts in a second. They clearly did all this basically just so that way they could protect Ricochet and Ospreay so that way they could have their match at a later date, which leads me to ask the question, why the fuck did you book the match in the first place?
Angle. It was the angle.
Yeah, it was. Well, let's get JJ's thoughts before the commercials come off.
And now, simply put with the Renegade, JJ Williams.
Did he freeze? He froze for a second. Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, I froze for a second. Yep, my thoughts are what James just said. If you were going to do this finish, then why even book the match in the first place? It's like they realized that they were doing it too soon. So this was their out.
Yep.
And it's very rare,
it was still a solid match, don't get me wrong. But they realized what they did, and this was their out.
I think Tony Khan did a classic Noah and put his foot in his mouth, and then he was like, I got to find a way out of this.
But also, the thing about AEW is extremely rare for them to have a match end in disqualification. The Alpha wrecked both of them.
Yeah, but to do the double pin and then the DQ, two just bad
that's a
decisions
little
back to
overkill,
back
in my
like that.
opinion.
Yeah.
I would have just did the Alpha, just wrecking shop. Still, hell of an opening, though. Hoofa Magoofa. And MVP again, he's here to conduct business. He's letting people know, here's my card. Give me a call.
If you're gonna do something different like that, then do a double knockout or something that's crazy and count to 10 that way or something. Do something different.
Well, again, all up in suspension of disbelief. But going back to the fact that, again, we're celebrating 5 years. Look at the things that we've seen the last year, guys. We've seen the rise of the glamour. We lived in a timeless era. We ushered in a new age of the virtuosa with chaotic art and brilliance. We got the return of Jamie Hayter. This is just the women's division I'm talking about right now. Camille's here to wreck shop and bring forth the troops. So AEW's done a lot since October 2nd last year when it comes to this women's division. Of course, we saw the run of Julia Hart with a house win, and Julia Hart get well soon. Of course, we look back at more moments in the past 5 years of AEW. It was the Guns and the Acclaim who contended over the AEW Tag Team Championships, where the Guns shocked the fucking world and literally beat the Scissor Gang.
Well, while we're going through this highlight, I'll put JJ on the spot. Best, I know you were a day zero person, but best moment in these 5 years to you. It's a 5-year history. It's a loaded question. But what do you think is the highlight of the 5 years?
I'm gonna take a cop out and say it was the Dynamite that I was there for.
I love that.
Match 7 of the trios title, Death Triangle versus the Elite.
Well,
I see cowboy shit happening backstage, so I'm just gonna keep ignoring that. But yeah, that's my thought.
Fair enough.
What about for you, Noah?
I mean, I've been down with AEW before AEW was even a thing. I've been all Elite since day zero. There's too many moments for me to think about. But if I look at AEW from the most cherished thing I've loved about this company, to be a professional wrestling fan, it's got to be the 30-minute draw between Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. Because to this day, I still don't know out of the two who's the better professional wrestler. And I don't know if I ever will.
For me, recency bias, but it's got to be Bryan winning the damn title and that match and everything culminated with his story. Like for me, that was
considering he said it's the pinnacle of his career because his family was there to embrace it with him. You're definitely up there. There's so many incredible moments. There's been 9.9 out of 10 incredible pay-per-views over the entire 5 years. And I'll include Ring of Honor in that too, because me and James have caught every one of them. AEW has brought so much joy, so much fun, so much passion, so much reinvigoration to this business. And now we know they're going to do it for years to come and continue on Warner Bros. Discovery. In the meantime, I am the learning tree.
Hi, guys. We're getting entrances. So, James, put you on the spot. What do you think the best of the 5 years for you?
The best of the 5 years for me. It's a toss up between Punk's return back plus the return of Cole. The debut of Cole and Bryan then leads into the first ever Grand Slam event, both Dynamite and Rampage. I thought that entire card was great, top to bottom. I absolutely loved, specifically, I really, really, really enjoyed the Omega Bryan match.
Yep.
Yeah, Jericho here giving his best impression of Fandango with those damn pants.
And now it's TV time with the learning tree. So everybody, get ready to.
Hi, guys. Hi, Chris.
Say hi. And of course, Chris Jericho, the first ever AEW World Champion.
Now he's out there looking like the man, the man in the yellow that owns Curious George.
I mean, again, the man that was on the debut episode of Dynamite and created the Inner Circle is now here 5 years later to the day with the learning tree.
What a fast 5 years. But Jericho does have a point, though.
Brian Keith, I can't take you serious.
They're actually saying it, though.
Well, I mean, we have to give credit due. Chris Jericho was one of the biggest names recognized originally associated with AEW. Wow.
What?
30
What year? 34 years?
I mean, Chris Jericho's done it all, everywhere.
Philadelphia, he caught himself.
Botch!
He did the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, he clearly
Silver
did.
Dome, brother.
Silver Dome, the Super Dome. Botch.
I think Carlito will be a little jealous of that apple back there.
I think he took that apple from Carlito.
He probably took I mean, it's at least the design, if nothing else. Try and keep as many of the young talents as possible out of the Jericho Vortex if we can, please. I'm just saying. It's got such a gravitational pull.
You got to elevate and put over the younger talent after.
Well, I will say this. Daniel Garcia and Anna Jay have definitely done some stuff as of late. Anna Jay particularly, who just came back from Stardom.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to consider Chris Jericho as a former Ring of Honor World Champion. And last week, he pinned the current Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe, on the very stage where he won the Ring of Honor World Championship. Grand Slam.
Damn, Big Bill, you're not tall enough. You got to wear Timbs on top of that.
First off, if he won the championship again, he would be an 11-time champion. So that's not nueve. It's not 9. It's 11. But okay.
All right. Well, thank you for the math lesson, James. I guess Jericho's not the only teacher here. Oh, boy. Uh-oh! Well, he just called out the Ring of Honor World Champion. Here comes the face of the conglomeration.
Oh, yeah. I think he's bringing the rest of the conglomeration with him.
And you would be correct. New member, by the way, Rocky Romero. And that's another thing about AEW the last 5 years. The interpromotional relationships with the likes of New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom have brought some incredible crossover matches, including one we'll see tonight in our main event on Dynamite, Kazuchika Okada and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't mention the fact that in the 5 years when Okada was on American television in AEW from New Japan, when you're such a big follower of it.
Who the hell is that? Rocky Romero?
That's Rocky Romero, bro.
Yeah.
And again, Walter, I've followed this company since day zero. Too many moments to just name you one.
Exactly. And that's a good thing.
Damn right. That means I've literally been engaged as a fan. That's what it means to be a fan of professional wrestling. Damn it.
Okay, Briscoe telling his crew to stand down.
Well, this is between Jericho and Briscoe. Not make excuses. Gotta behave like a man.
I'm hearing some like weird background static or something.
As long as the audio's not being picked up from TV, we should be fine.
No, it's like one of us is staticking or something.
Why did he call Jericho fried chicken?
What did he call him?
he just say you was toast. You was fried chicken.
He is the crazy chicken man. So Jericho knows Mark Briscoe knows a thing or two about chickens. Lord.
I ain't gonna make that excuse.
Yeah, there you go, Walter. Get your Mark Briscoe impression out. That's right. Pin him 3 count. For him like a man in sales. Call it like it is. Call a spade a spade. 34th anniversary of Chris Jericho's career. That is mind-blowing. 4 decades. Influential.
It's been influential.
Yeah, no kidding. No argument there. Even if you want Jericho to retire, you can't argue his influence.
You can't argue with that. In New York City?
Someone's audio is getting picked up by fake. Someone's TV is a little loud. Be careful.
It's not mine.
Because
it's somebody's.
The way he said New York City sounded like the commercial about that hot sauce or whatever.
The hot sauce
like,
commercial.
New York City.
I mean, we're gonna get a Raising Cane soon here in Toledo, so.
Good
chicken.
for you.
Yeah, right. Legendary hit on his wall. Beat him at Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream?
I think he just challenged him to a match for the ROH title at Wrestle Dream.
When cut down the learning tree.
The legendary Lionheart learning tree. Woo! Chris Jericho.
Ayatollah Rock and Roller, the Demo God, the Champion. That's wrong.
He just said maybe your brother Jay could have beat you. What the
fuck?
I don't know about this, man.
That's low. That's pretty low.
This is the moment where Chris Jericho officially.
You'll never be good as your brother, he just told him.
I think we're about to see a different side of Mark Briscoe we haven't seen for a while. Wow!
Oh!
Well, there's a lesson of respect for you.
That's
Mark Briscoe did the right thing there, in my opinion.
That's what happens when you mess with someone from New York City.
Oh, boy.
It might be yours, James, because I heard it was like a second behind my TV, and then I heard yours. A Briscoe Brothers style ass whooping.
Whoa.
That's consequential.
And that's your lesson of the day. Thank you. Courtesy of Mark Briscoe. Well, I guess now we know in 8 days' time, it will be Mark Briscoe versus Chris Jericho, and the Ring of Honor World Championship will be on the line.
The conglomerate consequences.
Consequential.
And, of course, that is 1 week from Saturday, live on pay-per-view, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. AEW presents the second ever Wrestle Dream. Of course, you can watch cable satellite providers, Dave & Buster's, Triller TV, of course, our primary source, and YouTube and preview.com on international markets. And soon enough, 2025, Max. Again, we've seen so many crazy, wild-ass moments, not just in the ring and matches, but just in promos and face-offs. We've seen people shoot on each other on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, one of the most
shooting led to some bad things.
Well, out of good there is evil. That is the way the world works. But you look more at the good than the evil. And I know this was a very good thing. We look at Darby Allin. But what's Darby Allin figured after his loss last week to Jon Moxley?
So, the problem is we don't know where the line is anymore.
I think that line was probably in the sand. It was when he dropped his brother's name. Darby Allin, who literally was homegrown in AEW, a place that allowed him to get a house for his parents, allowed him to no longer live in his car, gave him everything, gave him purpose, reason, recognition, identity.
Is that a shiner?
When is he not having a shiner, dude? Seriously.
He's always got some scar, pain, an injury, something.
Of course, we saw Darby Allin lose last week to Jon Moxley, thus he will not challenge for the AEW World Championship at Wrestle Dream. But how many times has Darby Allin been kicked around, beaten down, gotten back up again?
Well, it's not about how many times you get knocked down, the cliche is, it's how many times you get up.
Ain't that the truth?
You're showing your whole thing. What are you doing?
I know.
But
I
mean, to be fair, AEW has had their fair share of production issues with glitching Titantrons. I mean,
that's true. Well,
live by the sword, die by the sword.
Where does he go from here?
Well, I say he put everything on the line and he lost.
What's the deal with the brick in his hand?
Don't know.
He's gonna throw it through the car's window, I'm gonna assume.
I mean, Darby Allin, I wonder if he's getting self-doubt at this point. Going again, TV, you're way too loud.
Yeah, that's definitely someone else's, not mine.
Yeah, it's not mine.
I'm hearing it after. It's got to be James.
Gotta be careful. Copyright. You go to the locker room. Open challenge. Anybody. Let's do the name off Darby Allin.
Okay.
Well,
Darby Allin's going Street Fighter 2 on the car there.
Every Street Fighter game on the car.
The company actually values video games as well. That's a good reference. I guess Darby Allin, with a guy that got nothing to lose, is challenging the roster to step up to him. I guess we'll see who steps up to Darby Allin soon enough. But speaking of stepping up, oh boy, someone might be literally stepped out here in a moment. Courtesy of Hangman Page. Time for Hangman Page was Rock Hard Juice Robertson.
Hey. Sorry. What?
You know what? This might even be a squash match. I can't even lie.
Well, we saw what happened earlier. Heyman and Page obliterated the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this fucking new crazed ass motherfucking Hangman. I am scared. I get scared every time.
Yeah, you saw last week on AEW Grand Slam Collision, it was the Lumberjack strap match where Rock Hard Juice Robinson had enough of Heyman and Page's shit. And literally, Heyman had no mercy on Juice Robinson during or post-match. After he beat Jeff Jarrett, he tried to hang Juice Robinson with that leather strap.
Juice was definitely dressed for the part of a lumberjack.
But, I mean, Juice might be more unhinged than Heyman and Page at this point. That's saying something.
I don't know about that, man.
Any man who rocks that hairstyle might be a little unhinged.
Holy shit, he's got Swerve's home burning on the Tron.
Have you just realized that, James?
You just realized that that's his new Tron?
God damn, okay.
Even the lights is supposed to be fire. If you look at the color of the lights, me as a light man, that's what I went.
It's been a long time since I've heard this theme as Rock Hard Juice Robinson comes out solo tonight. But he's on a 3-match winning streak. Oh, wow, here we go.
Holy, okay.
No bell, no nothing.
I mean, these two don't want to wrestle. They want to fight, clearly.
This might not even be an actual match. It just might be a damn beatdown, guys.
And, you know, Juice Robinson probably prefers that, for being honest here.
How's he going to go for the buckshot lariat from on the ramp, though?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've seen him literally go over the backs of referees, James. Don't ever think Heyman can't pull a buckshot lariat. What's Juice doing? Uh-oh, that's a ladder strap! Oh, God!
This match might be thrown out, and then they got to go...
to the back!
No, they gotta go to a strap match.
Well, I was gonna say, ring it, Aubrey, and shout out to Aubrey Edwards. Congratulations on everything she's done being a part of AEW. Oh, and Heyman catching Juice out of midair.
Oh wow, he's screaming at the crowd.
I wouldn't want Swerve to return. I think it's too early from what happened. You gotta sell that return. Yeah,
a different ghost of Heyman and Page's past. As right now, not even Aubrey can try and bring Heyman back to his senses, where you're trying to wrestle this man, right? Well, screw wrestling. I'm just going to fight you amongst the all-elite fleet. Throwing that leather strap into the eye, and someone got a souvenir.
That'll be on eBay by tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus.
Heyman completely on hands using the very barricade right now.
Did he just pick up a divider from the audience?
That's correct.
He did. I'm scared. I don't know.
You said before, James, you don't know what to make of this Heyman and Page, despite the fact he nearly killed Swerve Strickland. He still feels like he hasn't sold anything yet.
I would like to remind everyone, we still haven't even heard a bell.
Hey, I do know what to think, and what I think is he scares the shit out of me.
Here's some wood.
He's violent.
I like violence, but maybe this is a little bit too much violence for one man. Unnecessary violence.
He's setting up that table, but we know what happens in wrestling. The man who sets it up.
Heyman looking for a pile driver. Juice with a bad body drop, though, on that concrete floor.
Aubrey Edwards just standing here. I mean, again, the match has never officially started. It's just a brawl at this point.
But you wonder if the Juice is going to run loose.
Motherfucker, he said. Juice said, "Motherfucker."
Well, I mean, this is TV 14. We are on TBS. We are on AEW.
Juice over there giving high fives to the audience.
Well, a beer just got smashed into Juice's face.
And again, Title Tuesdays next week, folks. AEW Dynamite presents Title Tuesday. Special start time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard
The audience
time.
member just gave the leather strap back to Hangman, and he gives it back. Like, damn it, keep it.
Clearly, he doesn't want anything to do with that. I
was
dare
for you
him and Page to do
he's
something up
still a baby face as he's healing it up. No, that was for you to keep. Just keep it, dude.
It would have been funny, though, if the audience member gave it to him. He took it back and whooped Juice again and then gave it back.
Yeah, but the problem is he's too heel. He can't.
No drinking on the job.
Massive headbutt by Juice Robinson. As again, I'm not calling a match. I am literally calling a fight. And the Juice is running loose in Pittsburgh tonight.
Hangman is fire, sir. Sign just got ripped apart.
There goes the popcorn. Damn!
God damn. Okay.
Juice Robinson swinging for the fences. Pittsburgh Pirates could use him as the batter.
Straps, beer, gum. Yeah, this is pretty much a bar brawl.
Or if you ask Jeff Jarrett, a concession stand brawl, whatever,
Look how
whatever.
the popcorn just hangs in his hair.
I hate this shit.
The bell is officially rung. This match is now officially underway, and Juice still with a belt in hand.
Juice, the bell rung. You're gonna get disqualified now.
I mean,
Is
at
that-
this point,
I'm gonna hang the hangman. Oh no.
Is that
Oh no.
is
that
that gum in his
fair
hair?
play. That's what he did last week, Saturday. Again, they're not here to wrestle. Juice is here for revenge.
Aubrey literally having to push Juice off of Hangman.
We need a legit decision. Oh, that was a little low.
Yeah, he definitely
A
needed him
little.
to go across there, I think.
I think that was a lot of low.
And possibly as Heyman right now puts the boots to Juice Robinson in the corner. Again, former AEW World Champion, a father, if you want to believe that.
Title Tuesday next week. We get a reminder, and of course, Wrestle Dream a week from Saturday in Tacoma, Washington.
And we'll continue this match. No longer a fight. This match in Restaurant Quiet, picture-in-picture. Fuck television.
Well,
Well, now we got knife fist shot. We got some sort of control here. Aubrey officially in this match.
I got a baseball commercial, so I'll say rest in peace to Pete Rose here.
About to say, yeah, R.I.P. to Pete Rose. Whoa, massive pop-up. Flatjack by Juice Robinson as action continues here on this wild edition of AEW Dynamite 5-year anniversary.
Beautiful
about
Russian
again-
next week.
It's not Rockets. Again, Juice is so unhinged, it's ridiculous.
Go ahead, Noah. Sorry to cut you off.
No, I was just saying, again, we talked about moments in the history of AEW Dynamite. Of course, we talked about the last year. We talked about the developments of the women's division. Let's not also shy with the fact we've also seen the arrival of the Radar superstar Adam Copeland, and, of course, him winning the TNT Championship. We saw Hook take on Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship, and really Hook showed us what he's capable of. Definitely a future champion. We saw the return of many other individuals, including MJF, given the devilish just due. We haven't seen Adam Cole since that pile driver at Double or Nothing.
And we've seen a resurgence of Christian's career, man. He is really doing some stuff.
The establishment of a dynasty with the arrival of Kazuchika Okada, who became the AEW Continental Champion. And, of course, we saw last year the debut of the Continental Classic and the first winner of the Continental Crown in Eddie Kingston.
Not to mention
driver.
Not to mention Kenny Omega's run with the world title.
Yep, that was back in 2021, actually. But, yeah, going all the way to 5 years. I was just looking at last year. But, yeah, again, countless moments in and out of AEW. Still the kind of night. Serena Deeb is on Tiebreaker DMD. And, of course, our main event will be Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada for both the AEW World and AEW Continental Championship. The Continental for the first 20 minutes. And we also have Private Party in action. And I still don't know if MVP truly has an announcement as he's conducting business backstage.
Seems like he's just on a recruitment, like he's the army.
Well, you said yourself.
MVP Army.
Well, you said yourself he's trying to literally build a syndicate. It looks like he does still have an announcement, and that's still coming on AEW Dynamite.
Fuck television with these commercials. Can you get this St. Jude shit off? Stop trying to guilt me into donations.
And a belly by him and a page. Cover. No. And as you just talked about, we'll be back here Tuesday, simulcasting with NXT from St. Louis. But Title Tuesday will be AEW Dynamite next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we'll have you covered with both in some way or another on the Simply Reliable Studios.
What is Wednesdays? If the playoffs for baseball or something, why aren't they doing Wednesday?
Clearly, they're not conflicting with a sport, so there is nothing on next week Wednesday night except for Sidney predicting wrestling game. Time to be determined.
I gotta say, every time I see Juice Robinson, I always think, man, Captain Lou Albano looks different.
Right?
Yeah, Captain Lou Albano deal with Cyndi Lauper, though, James. Rock Hard Juice Robinson deals with Tony Storm.
Captain Lou Albano with Carlito's hair.
True.
Eminem Page tying up Juice Robinson between the ropes, though, and teaming up against him.
Aubrey giving a lot of leeway in this match. She allowed a choking by the belt. She's allowing him to literally hang him in between the ropes.
Well, you gotta consider again the bad blood that these two have against each other. Oh God, EDC on the apron. The bad blood these two men have against each other and how unhinged him and Page has been. And someone needs to get this cowboy an ass whooping that brings it back to his senses. Clearly, Jeff Jarrett didn't do that last week Saturday. We're back here on AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite here live in Pittsburgh, PA for the 5-year anniversary Walter Cruz, James Gebert, Noah Foster on the call as we are here for the whole shebang. And we got an overtime expected tonight. So welcome to the ride, folks. We are just getting the hour mark here. Juice Robinson and Heyman Page face up one-on-one. Both men literally trying to choke each other out at one point. And now Juice.
They're in the high rent district.
Superplex! Golly. I always
Super duplex.
What's up?
Super duplex. Sorry.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. The man from Boston.
I love it.
Yeah, gum. A lot further ascent, by the way, with Rock Hard Juice Robinson literally pushing off with his legs off the top rope versus just falling backwards.
Oh, nice. Now we're going for the bionic elbows, running bionic elbows by Juice Robinson.
Both these men have changed so much since their time in Bullet Club and freaking Home Tie, respectfully, in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They have both gone unhinged.
Here's Juice Robinson, guys.
Irish whip reversal, Irish whip.
No.
The Juice throws out of the corner. And Heyman Page right now. I'm going to focus on the monitor here. As the only person right now with the most support.
Yeah, it's true.
He want honeycomb.
Juice Robinson literally declared a former AEW Trios champion by Switchblade Jay White, who's still out injured, looking to give a left hand of God to Heyman Page. Rocking Heyman.
Well, you can't say Hangman didn't deserve it.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Cannonball missed.
Well, that missed. That's not good.
Cannonball missed the target. Heyman Page rolling to the outside. Juice Robinson, by the way, a former.
The honeycomb tried to hit him with the honeycomb roll. Sorry.
Honeycomb roll. All right.
Me want honeycomb.
Heyman Page right now hoisting up Juice Robinson up in the fireman's carry and dropped face first across the apron.
Little snake eyes action on the apron.
Bang, Heyman Page, precious time, continuing the punch on the outside, breaking Aubrey's 10 count. And kept his cool. Meanwhile, Papa power bomb. Oh, spine buster actually on the apron.
Spine buster on the apron.
Look at it. Look at his back and look at his chest. Holy hell.
And you see Heyman clutching his ribs, though, Walter. Again, Juice did not get a lot of elevation on that spine buster. Good call, James. Cannonball! The barricade!
The honeycomb roll! It broke. It was so powerful. It broke the barricade.
Juice Robinson really going for a broke. Smashing through Heyman through the barricade.
Both men down. And he hit all of that. You said he didn't get the height on the spine buster, but he damn sure got this all of his roll.
That was a hell of a strike.
Bowling pin.
Heyman Page got flattened by something much heavier than a tumbleweed.
Now he's trying to take advantage by rolling Hangman in the ring. He's going to the high rent district. Let's see what he's going to do.
And Juice going to end it
drop
here.
kick, maybe?
Yeah, probably. Looking like it.
Nope.
Crossbody. Heyman roll through, though.
Oh, no. You never try to go for a crossbody on Hangman out of Page.
No one did that.
Oh, man.
Cleaner than John Cena, I got to say.
Oh!
Faraway slam into the turnbuckle.
Oh, my fucking God. There was whiplash on the ropes.
Look at his face right now.
Yeah, I think he might be legit knocked out.
He's thinking about breakfast.
Those eyes are glazed over.
You fucking asshole.
Look at this. Right into our living room. Watch the way he lands. Ah!
Dude,
there definitely was whiplash.
There was whiplash on that bottom rope. I'm telling you. I think he might have been knocked out legitimately from that.
I'll be checking on Juice Robinson to see if he actually is confident enough to continue.
That looked lethal.
And Adam Page is not done, and that's the scariest.
You want some AEW merchandise, people, to save 20% tonight for the 5-year anniversary, running a sale at AEW.
Oh, look at this! Heyman might be looking for an avalanche deadeye out of the corner off the second rope, hooking up. Juice Robinson. Juice fighting for dear life.
Yeah, go for a sunset flip or something.
Powerbomb.
Oh, wow, last right powerbomb.
Tiger
Too close to the rope.
2 count only for Juice Robinson.
Dude, wipe your mouth. There you go.
That was a hell of a Liger bomb, literally planting Heyman Page.
Honeycomb Man was having saliva issues. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that wasn't honey on the side of his lip.
And Heyman, though,
Oh,
hooking up Juice
shit.
again, looking for Deadeye. Juice once again, skip out the back door. Waste like exchange here.
Trying to
And
go for
Aubrey,
a
watch
German.
Aubrey. Oh, the mule kick by
Oh,
Hangman.
no.
And he might be caught and loaded.
Buckshot.
Buckshot,
Lariat.
lariat, bang.
I think
Cover
it's over.
2. Lights out, Juice.
Well, goodbye, honeycomb boy.
Well, you need the juice to go with the honeycomb.
That's true.
Again, wrong place, wrong time. The same way that Heyman and Page beat Jeff Jarrett. The same exact setup for the buckshot lariat.
I think he could have counted to 20 after that.
And I don't think Heyman and Page is done necessarily. He told Aubrey Evers to get out of the ring. What the hell else can this man do?
I don't know, but you know what JJ said before?
I don't know what he said before. I forget.
That what he might just be beating down Juice if we get a return.
Yeah, true. Well, that was me. I said that.
Oh, you
Heyman
said
right
that.
now is pulling off his belt, and you see that studded buckle. It looks like he's not done with Juice yet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's going for choking him again.
And
Hangman
he's trying to
hanging
literally
someone.
choke out Juice Robinson.
Yikes, dude.
And Juice trying to get his fingers in between that belt and his throat to prevent that full choke.
Just right on his Adam's
Oh,
apple.
my God. Holy
Hanging, literally
fucking...
hanging Juice
holy
Robinson
shit.
again.
Holy shit.
Someone needs to stop this guy. Wait a minute.
And there he is. I called it. Jay White's coming down.
Yeah, you called it.
Like Jay White.
He's going to
How
come
long
from
has it been
behind.
since we've seen him.
Much like everybody in jail for Diddy, this guy's going to come from behind. See?
And Jay White put the Heyman down with a
Nice.
clothesline.
Nice, Walter. Asshole.
Heyman, Adam Page, say hello once again to the Switchblade, breathing his new era. And he is in fighting shape.
Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
he's pissed the hell off.
He's been hitting the gym.
Remember, it was Heyman and Page that literally took Jay White out and beat him out of the Owen.
Oh,
And look at
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Look at that. The horse is tucking his tail between his legs and running.
And Jay White ain't landing his horse. Get away.
Oh, shit. That was set up earlier.
And
Oh,
that
I
table
forgot about that table. No
is
one
staying
went
right
through
now.
it.
Look at this knife-edge shots by Jay White, gouging the eyes. Jay White on hinge.
Oh, my God. He's about to spear his ass through it.
We said whoever sets up the table usually goes through it.
And
There
you're
we
right.
go.
Oh, man.
Holy fucking hell.
Damn, I think he hit his own neck into the table.
Look at the face of Switchblade. He don't give a fuck. Him and Page laid out through that table and that barricade.
Much to Sandy's point, Jay White is the original Psycho that can control himself, unlike Adam Page.
That's a hell of a way to return from injury.
Bang, bang, indeed.
So, we got a babyface Jay White going to take on a heel Hangman. What the fuck is this?
It's
Everything's
2024, baby.
It flips out on his head. Shit.
About to say, Walter becoming Matt Menard. I love it. He's right. This is 2024. This is the anniversary of Dynamite, where everything seems to be changing and picking up. Guns up, folks. Switchblade Jay White is back.
You called it, James.
Well, you know the proverbial saying, you reap what you sow.
Your past can come to haunt you.
Jay White, very adamant return tonight, coming to the aid of his Bullet Club Gold brethren.
Adam Page is just getting up now.
As we go backstage from Renee Paquette, and this madness continues.
One of the original of AEW.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
You know what? With this special in the 5th year anniversary, I wouldn't be surprised to get a special appearance by Sting, whether it's via the satellite or anything.
Katsura Shibata!
Uh-oh.
Wait, Shibata-san.
He just challenged him to Wrestle Dream for that TNT championship.
Oh, I think he accepted, but it's a cheap shot attack.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, say goodbye to that iPhone. I hope you had the Apple Care.
Well,
Well,
looks
it's
like
the
we got
fifth-
another match for Wrestle Dream. Katsura Shibata will take on Jack Perry for the TNT Championship. As again, we look back at the moments here. It was also the very first Dynamite where Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega set a paradigm shift in motion with a death for a table. And the chaos truly has been involved in Dynamite since day one, and will continue tonight in our main event still to come tonight. Bryan Danielson and Okada, 2 titles on the line, at least for the first 20 minutes. AEW World Title and AEW Continental Championship. Continental title only on stake for the first 20 minutes. As this 5-year anniversary Dynamite continues, and we go to full commercial break. Fuck television.
I cannot wait for that damn main event. Hey, look, it's AJ Francis' favorite snack.
Oh, fucking hell. All right, well.
Flop Dollar likes Jesus. I now no longer like Jesus.
No, it's a Joe Henry thing. He called him the Jesus champion.
So it makes sense that he would like Jesus. But that being said, yeah, it looks like as we got ourselves, just to bring people up to speed, Hangman Page tried choking out Rock Hard Juice Robinson, and a ghost of his past came out and laid him out through a table and a barricade with a spear. Switchblade Jay White is back, and we just got officially now made Scapegoat Jack Perry will defend the TNT Championship against the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata at Wrestle Dream.
I like that match, actually.
I do too. It was last year at Wrestle Dream that Katsuyori Shibata and Eddie Kingston faced each other one-on-one in the respect of Strong Spirit and Kings Road Japanese Strong Styles, honoring Antonio Inoki, and it was also for the AEW Continental Crown. So I'm very curious to see if Katsuyori Shibata can win gold this year, taking on Scapegoat Jack Perry. We'll see soon enough.
I gotta give AEW credit for getting around Shibata's language barrier and his promos and actually using Google Translate. That's actually pretty hilarious to me.
That's Shibata-san phone. Very, very brilliant.
Well, because Jack Perry was on my screen, I'm gonna get another drink.
You might as well, because you realize what's left. We have Dynamite DMD versus Serena Deeb, and then we got our main event plus for a party in action. Jesus. And we also have MVP with an announcement. Who knows what else is going to happen as this Dynamite.
Tony Khan also has an announcement.
I don't know about that, but also we don't know what else is going to happen because we're going into overtime extensively tonight.
I'm going to assume when we come back, it's going to be MVP's announcement.
And again, what's the announcement? We know that he's making moves. He's definitely recruiting. We got MVP here in AEW. We got Stokely Hathaway scouting tag team wrestlers. We got Prince Nana, who, of course, is keeping us up to date with Swerve Strickland. What the hell's happening?
We got business cards being handed out. If I was AEW, I'd take advantage of add that to the merch. Start giving MVP business cards on there.
I mean, it's better than a smart Mark Sterling business card. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, maybe put a fake phone number on there. Then when fans get the business card and call, it's like a voicemail of MVP saying hi to people or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where, again, hindsight's 2020. That being said, I hope everyone's enjoying our coverage so far here on the Super Label Studios for AEW Dynamite's 5th anniversary. Please let your favorite moments, your favorite arrivals, your favorite matches, your favorite, endings, your favorite shows, your favorite times here in All Elite Wrestling be known in the chat as well. Let's reflect on what got us here and what we look forward to, as we know AEW will be around for an extensive number of years still to come on Wednesday night with Dynamite, courtesy of that deal that we learned earlier today with Warner Bros. Discovery. Congratulations, by the way. Not bad for a company 5 years of age.
Yeah, we started at 7 o'clock, giving our opinions on that announcement. But you weren't on screen. If you want to give your opinion on and break it down, I don't know if you read the full thing, but we all gave our opinions on it. If you want to say.
Well, I mean, bottom line, I don't really look at by the numbers. I don't look at by business. That's why I don't hold WWE as the greatest thing since sliced bread. I look at the fact of what demonstrates passion, what demonstrates a difference, what brings more to the business, professional wrestling business, what's around for the duration, where opportunity and unpredictability are always at hand. And I give that to a lot of places. And AEW has been that for the last 5 years. And people may have been unsure whether or not, unlike WCW, if someone can continue on the Warner Bros. Discovery. And AEW proved that. As we're back here now on Dynamite, looking at more moments here. Let's not forget Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson had an incredible 2 matches. One going to a 60-minute draw back in December 15, 2021 for the AEW World Championship.
I hate the way Bryan lands after that lariat.
Yeah, on his neck. Speed up, Bryan Danielson. Let's go ahead and hear from the American Dragon. Fuck John Moxley. 1 sentence running for his head. Whew. Bryan Danielson clearly about AEW. John Moxley clear about himself. So says American Dragon Bryan Danielson. Love that shirt, by the way.
I actually like it too. Okada, they
rubber.
reminding us that they're tied 1-1.
That's right. May have broke his arm, but he never broke his spirit. The title is just an accessory. It's interest for Bryan Danielson. Pinning Okada is assurance.
My career is on the line every single minute, and my title.
A fight. Prize fight, one of a kind, still to come ahead tonight. But in the meantime, it's Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and the doctor will see you now. Get your trouble towels out and welcome back home. Yours truly, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Time for some women's action.
Let's hear her pop. They're 15 minutes early, but the women are on.
And shout out to Greg Cherry, the sensation himself. I hope that he's having a great time. There's the DMD comes out decked in the yellow and black.
Of course, the Steelers colors.
4-0 AEW record in her native, by the way, of Pittsburgh, undefeated in her hometown.
Ah, man, I don't like where that's going. When they always show that, it's when they're about to lose.
I ain't gonna lie, that pop was not strong.
Well, I mean, Britt Baker has had her fair share of memorable moments. Let's not forget her and Thunder Rosa fight at Daily's place. Lights out. We truly learned that the doctor could be violent. And honestly, that was the match that put Britt Baker on the map.
Oh yeah, let's remind people of how much bullshit you caused Thunder Rosa.
But Thunder Rosa got the win in the end that night. And of course, Thunder Rosa went on to become a future AEW Women's World Champion, beating Tiebreaker DMD inside a steel cage.
Then she got injured.
Yes.
Talk about people that got mentally and physically injured, though, but once again stepped up their game and are back up stronger than ever. Talk about this tested individual, the professor of wrestling, Serena Deeb. Welcome to Deeb's Dojo. Serena Deeb, record of 47-16.
12 wins in the last 18
matches. 8 or 12 matches, excuse me. That's right, Walter. This is going to be a first time ever one-on-one battle here tonight, by the way. These two previously were involved together in tag team action.
This is going to be a good match.
And again, like I said, this is going to really show us if Britt Baker truly is all back. It's like I talk about Bryan Danielson. He always says he's the most mentally strong he's ever been. It's one thing to be mentally strong. It's another thing to be physically capable. And Britt Baker told us about her 3-step mindset when it comes to past, present, and future. She's got the right mind, but is her body fully back in this? While Serena Deeb's been on fire as of late, especially after a match with Queen Aminata. Referee Paul Turner for this match. Bell rings, we are underway.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope to see more of Queen on Dynamite, man. I hope that idea with MVP it comes to fruition.
And again, folks, show your kindness and help the people that are victims of Hurricane Helene. Text Helene to 707070. Give your prayers, and if you can't help any way monetarily, every dollar counts. Let's be kind to one another, support each other, and think about what we have versus those that don't. To those that are affected by Hurricane Helene, my thoughts and prayers go with you.
Yeah, literally, people have lost their entire livelihoods during that.
Yeah.
Serena Deeb right now with the double wrist lock here, trapping the left wrist. Africa DMD. And Serena Deeb, of course, former NWA World Women's Champion, current Wrestle Pro Women's Champion.
You know,
nice reversal. That was a beautiful way to get out of that arm.
Yeah, I was actually very surprised that Britt Baker was able to do that. Yeah. Little history lesson for you folks. The last time that Britt Baker and Serena Deeb were in the middle of a ring together, it was actually when Britt Baker helped Serena Deeb win the NWA Women's World Championship against Thunder Rosa at an NWA event. So there's a little.
And speaking of women's champions, there you see Mariah May watching on from the audience as AEW right now is all about Mariah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not focus on May. It's October. Let's focus on these two.
First off, October, don't care about it. Halloween's not a real holiday. Secondly, I will focus on Mariah May. Shut the fuck up. I will focus on Mariah May because she's a better champion than most women right now I've seen in this business.
I was talking about the camera, not you.
Anyway, Tiebreaker DMD right now with the headlock to Serena Deeb, the double underhook being applied here. course, we know that Deeb is so fundamentally sound with her yoga background.
Thinks she was going to go for a DDT, but that's
grab.
Reversed it.
Yeah.
Grab. Look at the torque. Look at the torque on that.
Yeah, that might not be good for Britt Baker at all.
Britt trying to drag her way to the rope.
Especially with the damage done to lower back. Let's keep in mind, this is the first match that Britt Baker's had since her loss to Mercedes Moné at AEW All In. You saw the determination, though, on Britt Baker trying to get to the ropes to force the break.
Is this her first match since that suspension?
Waist lock applied right now, and side headlock applied by Serena Deeb.
Is this her first match back since the suspension? Or
look, I don't work backstage. I don't know how long Britt has been suspended, okay? I don't watch that.
I think Britt Baker was suspended, and then she came back the day she was building her program with Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
Trying to right now, position takes down Deeb with the net breaker. Again, I don't follow the politics of the business, all right? I just watch the wrestlers. There's a reason why I'm not socially active or have notifications on for social media. I just should do that sometimes and touch grass that doesn't make you high. Irish Whippers, chop block to Britt Baker by
Jesus. Well,
and this match will continue, folks. And Restaurant Clyde, picture in picture. Once again, fuck television, hammer lock. Lariat by Deeb, rocks Britt. Cover hooked on their leg and gets a 2 count.
And I'm sure it will be a half in picture in picture and not a full picture in picture. Anyway.
Fuck television. Don't care. Television sucks. Don't care what anyone says.
Oh, I think she's going to put Britt Baker to the surfboard.
Looking for maybe the Romero special right now. Trapping the legs and looking to hyperextend the arms behind Britt's back. Of course, Britt coming back from two herniated discs in her back and a stroke. As my mother is a stroke survivor, I have nothing but respect for Britt Baker in confessing what she's been through the last, honestly, what feels like a year plus, both physically and mentally, and kudos to her on this road to recovery. And again, Serena Deeb is hammering her way right now with Britt fish hooking her and wrenching her neck. The woman of 1,000 holes, Dean by Dean Malenko himself.
Good for her, because you're never the same once you go through that.
Oh! Yeah, I will say I'm glad Britt did not perish under those circumstances, because a stroke is no joke. I've seen people unfortunately go through stuff similar to that.
Especially as a professional wrestler, because, most of the times you lose functions.
And right now, Serena Deeb trying to make sure that Britt Baker cannot apply the lockjaw or even stand on her feet. Still the kind of night, private party in action. MVP with announcement, our massive main event. Kazuchika Khan, Brian Daniels, an AEW World and AEW Continental Championship. Continental for the first 20 minutes. Nice drop down there. Taken down again by Deeb. Of course, Deeb coming off a great win against Pina Manada, literally taking the leg out from underneath her.
That was a beautiful European uppercut by Deeb.
Yeah, that was.
Well, again, Deeb is so proficiently sound. We talk about it all the time. You already know how much I respect Serena Deeb, 18-year veteran of the game, trained out of Ohio Valley Wrestling and by Terry Taylor. Truly a technician. And at one point, she wasn't sure if she still could do this. She wasn't sure if professional wrestling was still her love. And AEW brought that back out of her.
Abdominal stretch here in the middle of the ring. Yeah,
elbow
being far from the ropes.
Elbow being pushed to the ribs, by the way. Almost a ground octopus here, if you want to be more technical. Shout out to Jonathan Gresham, one of the most pure wrestlers, of course, ever. Former Ring of Honor pure champion.
Yeah.
Front face lock. Britt trying to fight back, though, just trying to create separation and does so. And up the ropes and Deeb. Up and over. Sunset flip the roll through. Deeb, though, picking the ankle. Turning Britt over. Looking for the crab again.
She's working on Britt's knee.
Man, is she ever. Oof.
Look at the double wrist lock, by the way, and the way that she's applying even more torque, squeezing the inside of that knee as much as she can.
And again, look how far she is from the ropes.
Yeah, that's
Britt's determination, though, here, showing great resilience and resistance, refusing to tap out. She grabs the rope again. But clearly, Deeb is wearing out Britt Baker.
Yeah, she is.
And it's hard for Britt to get that It's hard for Britt to get the elevation off some of her offense, including the curb stomp and the sling blade.
Not only that, but hard for her to just stand up at this point.
But the thing is, though, we know her ace in the hole doesn't involve standing, but it involves bringing your opponent down the mat. And that is that lockjaw where she sticks her hand on that mandibular nerve and literally can try and rip the jaw off your face. uppercut being applied. We saw her able to do that successfully against the crowd. She had to get the opportunity to go to All In the first place.
Elbow exchanges here in the center of the ring.
As we are back here at Aew Dynamite's 5th anniversary, and we have a homecoming here at Dieberger DMD taking on the Professor, Serena Deeb. First time ever won my matchup. Able to scout that chop block, catching her with a press kick. And figure to those that are joining us in tonight, celebrating AEW Dynamite 5 years and going. Turning our attention back to the women's division, and of course, the growth, the development, the evolution of the women here. Nice rolling elbow strike.
Damn, caught her right on that jaw.
That was rough.
That's putting it politely.
Loosening that jaw for the lockjaw you were talking about, Noah.
Hey, it went through a full commercial break, by the way. Woohoo!
Face lock, swinging net breaker, counter. Hammerlock, though, looking for the hammerlock lariat. Britt ducking her knee, though. Got her with a sling blade.
Able to do that.
Yeah, but again,
fine.
look at the damage to her knee.
Yeah,
Always
she
grabbing
immediately
it after every
tweaked it.
move.
Yep, she immediately tweaked it. Uh-oh.
Fisherman net breaker, though, by Britt Baker. Turning Serena Deeb up and over. Here's the cover. Hook the far leg. 2 count.
Not a definitive kick out either. That didn't look so strong. Britt might be wearing Deeb's out.
Again, next week, Dynamite, special night, special start time. AEW Dynamite title Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be covering it here at the Sit Reliable Studios while simulcasting NXT if we find a way for the CW, which is probably the worst channel ever for television.
The dentist is putting on the glove.
For a checkup, and Mariah May watching on here. Mariah May and Britt Baker have never faced each other. Uh-oh. God, dragon screw leg whip.
Oh!
Damn, that move has to suck.
Oh, boy. Okay.
You got to think whoever wins here, Noah, can state their case to get a title shot.
Nice
Big power bomb, high stack, 2 count, but immediately transitioning into the stretch muffler.
Oh, boy. This might be all she wrote here.
On that same knee she's been working on this whole match.
Yeah, again,
That's all she wrote, I think.
Great point, Walter. Focus the tap. Wait a minute. It's our cradle. Break the leg. And a 2 count forced the break.
Oh, okay.
Press kick, rocking Serena Deeb. And once again, Britt Baker, rip, court, and Deeb. Scouting it, though. Full Nelson. Britt breaking the hole. Back elbow strike. Great scouting by Britt. Rebound. Suplex!
Whoa! Wow, what a German!
Release German suplex off the ropes.
Deeb fired up and runs into a super kick.
That was a brutal thrust kick by a
God!
Great lariat.
Rebound lariat on instinct alone. The Professor still in control. Might be looking to hook up Britt Baker for the deep tox. Britt's got it though. Aaron crash.
Both women down. We're pretty much at a standstill now.
But both women have gone deep in this match. Mariah May watching on from the audience as we again are in the era of the Glamour. Britt Baker, of course, former AEW Women's World Champion, who, of course,
what an era it is.
Now Britt hooked the near leg. Oh, wait a minute. Crucifix reversal. Crucifix. And now Britt. Uh-oh.
Oh, she's got it.
Down.
Oh, she's trying to get it. Oh, but got that knee.
Great scouting by Deeb. Once again, back to the single leg. Looking for the single leg crab. The leg's been working on this entire match. The left leg.
I believe that would have been the third time this match with the single leg.
Good thing Britt had one good leg. She used those up kicks to create separation. But again, Deeb scouting her though in the corner. Oof.
I thought she was going to go for an axe kick with that.
Instead, just a straight up kick into the left shoulder. Elbow strike
trying to get
the neck.
some separation for a top rope move here.
A high risk.
I don't know. Britt wants to meet her up there with that knee compromised.
No, that's a bad idea.
A high risk, high reward. Oh wait, what the hell?
Oh, top
hot team hook. Avalanche Aaron crash. That's gotta be it. Cover. Till Britt's down. No, she didn't.
You gotta wonder if she would have held on and just covered her instead of letting go and then doing the cover. If that might have gave Deeb a few seconds she needed to kick out there. She could have held on to this. Watch as she dropped. She could have held on and just covered right there. Instead, she released her and went for the cover.
And now back to live and Deeb at the roll up. Britt able to
that was a bad mistake. That was a big mistake.
Hesitation, and Britt finally has leverage. And the lockjaw's in. Steve has to tap. Britt Baker wins.
Look how smart Britt was, too. She rotated her body so she's facing the ropes instead of Deeb.
That was a very good women's match. I got to give him credit.
And Britt Baker definitely showed that she still can go. Really tested by the Professor in Deeb's dojo. As once again, Britt remains undefeated in her hometown, 5-0.
Look at that. It went just about 15 minutes. They started right at 9:15.
You gotta wonder what Mariah May thinks about that, though, considering that she's literally holding the previous prize that the DMD once held.
Well, if they do face off, you know,
Well,
Mariah May,
Uh-oh!
I was gonna say, May would keep her eye on that knee.
Deeb is not done by a long shot, driving that knee into the mat. Looking to destroy that leg, and the single leg crab again being applied here.
Oh, I don't know if Britt has any friends.
Well, I know Deeb has enemies because Queen Amanada.
There we go.
Some unfinished business, perhaps, with a double leg takedown, and Amanada just teeing off against Deeb.
I wonder if Mariah May gets involved.
It don't matter.
And Queen Amanada far from done with the Professor after the damage done to her on Collision, physically and mentally. Queen Amanada coming to the aid of Britt Baker here tonight.
Deeb's hold ass out of there.
An unlikely assist for the doctor.
It doesn't even look like Queen Aminata wants to be your friend right now. I'm going to be honest.
I want to be her friend, though.
I sure as hell do. I agree, Walter.
Well, the Professor once again defeated by the doctor here tonight in her homecoming, and Queen Amanada clearly is not done trying to teach the Professor a lesson in humility.
Oh, well, she seems fine with her. Okay.
We talk about, again, all the memorable moments, again, as we celebrate 5 years of AEW Dynamite here. But let's not forget, at the beginning of January this year, Hook had the greatest opportunity of his life against the AEW World Champion at the time, Samoa Joe, and he endured 10 minutes of hell in his pursuit of the gold. Golly! I think that was that one night that literally we really didn't know what Hook was capable of, but he showed Samoa Joe a lot.
It's 9:30. We still got 2 matches to go.
Meanwhile,
well, they did say we're going to have an overrun.
Again, and let's not forget, Hook also retired last week, the FTW Championship.
That's a cool shirt.
Uh-oh.
Hook saying, I'm going to find out who did this and I'm coming for you. I don't think that's a threat, guys. That's a promise.
That's a promise.
Apparently, Taz must have been attacked because Taz, if you know those guys, has not been on commentary tonight. It's been Nigel McGuinness. And apparently, Hook right now is looking for the man that may have taken out his father. So it sounds like it's a personal vendetta. Speaking of father figures and false father figures, here's Christian Cage.
What if Taz was the one that was leaving AEW and not Hook?
That was perfect timing with the father thing, Noah. And they showed Christian right after you mentioned fathers.
Yeah, the worst father in America. But my well wishes, by the way, Luchasaurus, get well soon.
Oh, is he fucked up?
He was found incapacitated, possibly from pneumonia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, get well soon, man.
Christian, Christian's keeping an eye out on this main event when he has an opportunity that he can come out and sign the contract and get a title shot whenever he deems worthy.
And still to come tonight, again, our main event involves the World Championship. To go to full commercial, fuck television, as AEW Dynamite's 5th anniversary continues. It is apparently learned today that Taz was attacked, and Hook is right now hell-bent on finding out who did it. And you gotta wonder, again, who would attack Taz, knowing that Taz is not an in-ring competitor, but has a deep connection with Hook, considering he is Hook's father.
Somebody wants to get their ass kicked by Hook.
They want to. They're going to steal the FTW title again. Watch.
Oh gosh. Well, that being said, we got a moment to breathe here again. Figure those that again. Go along with me when I say fuck television, because again, fuck television. That being said, Matthew, good man. Yep, all the best to Kill Switch, and thank you, Sandy, for that update again. Because again, I'm not on the Twix. But as we got our commercial break, let me just go ahead and bring you all up to speed with what's ahead on the Simply Liable Studios. Like I said, after this stream, we will go Simply Put with JJ's closing thoughts, and then we will get ready on a different stream here on the Simply Liable Studios with City predicting that Blood and then we will take a reprieve until Saturday night when we come back with y'all once again with WWE Bad Blood, the Saturday Night Shenanigans, and also Walter Cruz and I believe James as well. They will be calling UFC, and then we'll be back here later in the month for TNA Bound for Glory when that comes to be the next biggest show we cover here in October. But also next week we have simulcasting with NXT from St. Louis, as well as AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. And that's everything ahead officially so far this month from the Super Reliable Studios out of your standard weekly standard. So thank you all for tuning in. This is your first time. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend, support my friends. PayPal links in the description down below. For it is your guys' support that allows us to continue to demonstrate our love, passion, commentary, interest, takes, and investment across all things wrestling. Shout out to the WWE fam on the social medias. As we got a moment to breathe and a break here. Great match by the women, and sounds like Britt Baker, Queen Aminata, common alliance against a common foe with a very big chip on her shoulder. And I'm very curious, Serena Deeb has somebody that might come along her side, as Mariah May was taking it all in from ringside in the audience.
May end up being the tag match with Mariah May and Deebs against Britt and Queen.
Well, I was going to say that until last week, as we saw the glamour. Mariah May was decided to defend against Yuka Sakazaki, and afterwards was Little Nightingale that came to Yuka's aid. But who also came back was the woman Mariah May's been waiting to celebrate the championship with, Mina Shirakawa. So right now, there's Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May, Rose Gold, back together. Are they forever? I don't know. That might be going into a tag feud with Willow Nightingale and Yuka Sakazaki. So we got two different women's storylines right now.
Well, here's some news that nobody knows. I'm actually surprised you don't know about this, Noah. Mina Shirakawa, the reason why she hasn't stuck around with Mariah May is because she's actually in a tag team tournament thing with Toni Storm in Stardom.
I'm aware, but guess what? Guess what? Here's the thing. As far as we know, and as far as Mina knows, Mariah May is unaware of this timeless duo.
Yes.
So this could be interesting.
Well, Noah would know. He's the encyclopedia of wrestling and an encyclopedia of the Reliable Studios.
I have hope that love will win out in the end, and the three will all get back together and live happily ever after. I now have hope. I have hope, and Mina's going to be the one to bring everybody together.
And again, we talk about moments here in AEW history. Still one of the greatest matches ever with no real decider. It was Grand Slam in 2021 when we saw for the first time ever Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson go to a 30-minute draw.
That was the match of the year that year. Damn it.
Yeah, it
and
was.
Now we go backstage with the
That was Daniel Bryan's
May.
entire pro wrestling year. Don't add me. That 21 was Danielson's year.
Fact.
You don't just have 2 5-star matches with two of the world champions and in different companies and not have that be your year. I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, let's hear what May has to say. Or I'm sorry. Go ahead. You can say who she is, Noah.
That is the glamour. Mariah May. Talking about Willow Nightingale, who seems to just be handed opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Whoa.
Willow Nightingale calling her a shady bitch.
Well, she is wearing black and white. Oh shit! James! Security!
Get fight!
She's pretty much the sequel to Toni Storm's character, so we'll see.
Yeah, clearly, Willow Nightingale wants a piece of the glamour and wants a chance to the AEW Women's World Championship as we go back inside the arena, time for some tag team action with Private Party.
See who Private Party opponents are.
Iron Savages, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, new Fiend? Oh, a new Fiend for Private Party. Maybe a new mindset after their loss on the Trios Championships. Of course, we know that Brother Zay, I think, is still recovering, as you see the taped up hand from a broken hand curse that hammer by Jon Moxley, but they are ranked 4th in all-time AEW tag team wins. Private Party, of course, on the second ever episode of Dynamite with a tag team win over the current AEW tag team champions, the EVPs, the Young Bucks. That was the biggest upset in tag team wrestling I can remember.
Well,
you gotta believe it is.
Well, I wasn't upset that they lost.
Meanwhile, the Iron Savages, their opponents tonight, Boulder and Bronson, looking to send them to TC, whatever. Referee Paul Turner for this contest. So, I guess as far as what we said about the women, we're seeing it pick up now. I guess Willow Nightingale, Mariah May might have a encounter sooner rather than later. Okay.
It's a beautiful thing to have so many women's storylines going on at the same time.
Now, if only Raw and SmackDown could do that, what? Meanwhile, sorry, tell me when I'm telling lies. Look,
no lies detected.
Drop kicks! And Boulder is not budged. Whoop! There goes Boulder.
I don't think he would, but it's kind of hard to make that man budge.
Jesus, okay.
And look who's watching from backstage, Stokely Hathaway. Stokely, of course, has been scouting tag teams as of late, ever since Chris Statlander beat Willow Nightingale at AEW All Out. Well, I know Chris is still pulling tacks out from her thighs after that freaking scissors drop into there. That was
right.
I gotta say, James, I missed you on that call because, again, this truly does feel like the other teams in a juice.
Damn, so early in the match?
Just like that.
Okay.
Well, how about that?
That was a squash tag team match.
A private party with a renewed mindset, it seems like, trying to remind everybody exactly why they are the team that beat the EVPs. Second episode of Dynamite. It looks like Brother Zay wants a mic. After what the BCC have put these men through.
The Iron, they walked into the wrong part at the party and they were kicked out pretty quick.
No kidding.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, Brother Zay's got to get something off his chest. We're in Pittsburgh. New year, new chance. They met every word. Really? Doesn't care of his hand or shoulder. And of course,
Quinn coming over. He said he's recovering. He recovered from a pec injury.
So that's why Mark Quinn's been out for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Probably help Bennett being the next AEW Tag Team Champions.
You know, somebody's gonna come out and interrupt this promo or something.
Well, it looks like Private Party's calling out the EVPs for a tag title shot.
Where are the grizzled young veterans? Aren't they supposed to be next in line?
I don't know who's next in line, honestly, after the Young Bucks beat Claudio Castagnoli and Willa Yuta at All Out, James.
He said he's feeling froggy, ready to jump.
Wait. Did he just call out the Young Bucks just right now?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The Young Bucks are going to answer the challenge. So this is kind of unconventional.
Oh, this sucks.
You do wonder, though, if the Young Bucks still think about that loss to this day.
It might have been something that haunts them, and they want to correct their.
Bullshit. Yes, we can. Fuck off.
This is the segment where James gets to express his true emotions, folks.
Yeah, that's why I went on mute.
Well, anyway.
Yap. Oh, brother.
No lies.
Stink!
No lies told by JJ that Zay looks like the Wish version of Montez Ford.
No.
There is no way the Young Bucks are going to take these two on right here, right now. I would be
piss
shocked.
off.
They ain't going to do that. There's no way. There's no way.
These douchebag tag.
Super limited dates. They are on a limited date schedule. Now, wait a minute. Jeff Perry. Where the hell he come from?
And Matthew looks like a discount version of JD Vance. So
Well, anyway, whatever you want to call these three, they are right now attacking Private Party, and no one's coming to their aid. 3-on-2, a beatdown here.
Somebody is.
I stand corrected. Here comes the wrestler, Katsuri Shibata.
Oh, it's somebody that's over?
I mean,
well,
whatever you mean, it's over.
You saw what Jack Perry did backstage. You would think.
I know Katsuri Shibata for a long damn time. You don't cheap shot the wrestler, and you don't get a receipt from it.
Don't tell me that tag match was done quick so that this can turn into a 6-man tag now.
Probably on Rampage, if I had to guess, if not next week's Dynamite. But yeah.
Or Collision.
Well, Collision would be the goal. You got a good point there. Collision would be the go-home to wrestle. And wait a minute.
It's going to turn into a 6-man tag now, Noah.
Where's Teddy Long? Players.
Holla, holla, holla.
That's my player. Again, Christopher Daniels. Been pissed them both off. Private Party. Katsuri Shibata.
Oh, this Friday. You called it, Noah.
I called it. Yeah, that's a Rampage match. Oh, because looks like they know their aftermath. Hey, the Young Bucks have no reason to complain. Their titles aren't on the line. They just got tag team action.
At least they're regulated on the C show where they fucking belong.
I gotta imagine that will have championship implications if Private Party pin the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I got a feeling they will too.
Well, we don't have challengers yet for Wrestle Dream for the Tag Team Championship, so it very well could be the case. And again, AEW, we're celebrating 5 years. This year, we talked about building a dynasty. That dynasty was led by Swerve Strickland after he and Samoa Joe fought for the AEW World Championship. The hell of a contract signing, though, as he left Swerve bloodied and battered.
Hell of a rivalry.
And we lived in whose house?
Swerve's house.
For the better part of 5 months.
Hey guys, joining me now. Please
Welcome.
Here's MVP.
The hell is it with AEW?
Yes, I do have a good better occasion to make it tonight.
MVP making big business moves. The 5th anniversary of AEW.
Last week in New York City.
Uh-oh.
A little spicy about me and Swerve.
It's Nana.
I noticed that a lot of you people walking around here in AEW forgot something.
What you forgot?
Nana used to be a wrestler. That's
Prince
right.
Nana used to be a Wait, what?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Now, Prince Nana, do not wrestle MVP. Don't do that. Bad move.
He does.
Who does?
Shelton Benjamin!
Oh! Oh!
President of our complaint department.
The gold standards in AEW!
He said president of the complaint department. This is his role.
Shelton Benjamin is all elite!
Black Dynamite are all elite. What the hell?
Rest in peace.
I'm not kidding. That's their actual tag team name.
I know that, James. I also know that, honestly, the most emotional moment in AEW history was honoring Brody Lee. But coming up next, as we celebrate 5 years of Dynamite, Bryan Danielson goes one-on-one with Shuchiko Okada, where for the first 20 minutes, 2 titles are on the line. AEW won the AEW Continental Championship. Up next.
Okay.
Holy shit, Shelton Benjamin's in AEW.
What are you doing? You're showing off your DMs again?
Botch.
Oh.
Oh, the gold standard, the former WWE Intercontinental Champion, former WWE Tag Team Champion. That's awesome. Now,
He said that's pretty good coffee. He just stole the man's coffee.
I mean, hey, Shelton Benjamin likes a good cup of Joe. I respect that.
Yeah, he stole his coffee. Who can he complain to?
I barely drink coffee. I'm more of a cappuccino guy, but I mean, if you had a good brew, then there you go. And the man.
I'm just saying, who can he complain to if Shelton is the president of complaint?
Look, take a number and tell him Benjamin will hear you, and then probably punch you. I'm about to say, Prince Nana, don't you wrestle again? You haven't wrestled since freaking. Damn, when was last time?
I want Nana to wrestle. I want to see him.
It's been at least 10 years. I think it's been at least 10 years.
But James, he can barely swerve while he stands on his own 2 feet. All right.
What do you mean? Yes, he can swerve on his own 2 feet. That man can dance like you wouldn't believe.
Do you not remember what Hammond and Page did to him last year at Full Gear?
This was a lot to type in the damn banner. Look at that.
Yeah, I do remember. He said, "After I'm done with Swerve, I'm gonna steal your weed." So he stole his weed.
I don't think Shelton Benjamin MVP.
That's a moment I love in Dynamite's history in the 5 years when Hangman Page looked at him straight face and he said, "And Nana, after I'm done with Swerve, I'm gonna steal your weed."
As long as he doesn't steal mine, I'm good.
And Nana goes, "What? No, you're not. You're not gonna do that." Taz is corpsing on commentary. That's my favorite moment of it.
Oh Lord, that's definitely one of those moments of freaking face-to-face promo time where I'm like, I can't believe he did that and said that.
I loved it.
And Harley Cameron and Saran, anytime they have a promo together, Harley Cameron don't know half the things she's talking about.
Use the Rampage. That's not what it's called anymore.
I don't know, but gentlemen, we are near moments away from the main event.
Oh Lord.
I can't wait. Oh, this is gonna be a banger.
At least this feud was built between two different companies, including AEW, on screen.
And again, like I said, these two go all the way back to training in Mexico, their ultimate dragon in different times of their careers. Kazuchika Okada, literally a young boy who went on an excursion. Bryan Danielson, literally in the genesis of his career, despite all his other mentors, including Shawn Michaels, Tracy Smothers, Bobby Eaton, Lord William Regal, Robbie Brookside, etc. Somebody's got noise in the background. You need to be careful about that. So
that's my TV. Sorry, hold on.
Hey, all right.
Please turn it down because when the final countdown comes on, we do not need a copyright strike.
I don't know if we're going to get the final countdown because there's only so much we can do with that because I don't know how much longer the final countdown goes.
Well, take out an HBO Max deal and double their TV rights deal.
I guess you're right. But
I think we're okay.
So to take final countdown out proportions, if you use it in back-to-back weeks, despite the matches that they're being used for. I mean,
you can justify it. You can justify it because every match can be Bryan Danielson's last match.
That's
so
fair.
Every
you know
match
what? That's
is his final countdown.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. That's fair. Oh man,
look at that! They're already showing Max commercials.
And speaking of Max, here's Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Of course, we saw, James, you literally gave them I don't know how many stars when they went to 59 minutes and 58 seconds for their first ever one-on-one encounter. And it was Will Ospreay that lost them to death through that 100 Dynamite Diamond ring.
Hang on. Yes.
You sound robotic.
It's Mammoth time on Dynamite.
Hang on. I'm getting fucked up.
Yeah, you are.
Noah. I was going to say, Noah, it's on you. He knew it.
Corbin O'Connor, best me in the business. Don't fucking
What's going on?
And remember, 20 minutes. 20 minutes that title's on the line for.
Out. I that's my completely.
Just drop out and come back in, man. You'll be fine.
Yeah, drop out and come back in.
Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, the current AEW Continental Champion, record of 8-2-1. Only one draw. Only time he lost was literally in multi-person matches, and he was not involved in the decision. He is unpinned and unsubmitted. He is the former 7-time IWGP World Champion. He is the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. And again,
Dick. JJ, what was your reaction when you just saw Shelton Benjamin on AEW TV?
Saw it coming.
That's awesome, though.
Can't have it be Lashley yet. That's got to be the big Wrestle Dream reveal.
Yeah. Big reveal. Kazuchika Okada, of course, who literally has been compared to the likes of Bryan Danielson since literally prior to Indoor last year. And here comes the AEW World Champion.
I can't get this thing to work for some fucking reason.
Right. Well, that's obscure.
Hold
What thing?
on.
Well, right now
Well, we
they're
get-
playing I Was Born for Greatness.
Ooh, he's using the Kill the Wabbit song instead of the final countdown.
Look,
We got
bottom line, this
JJ as a
isn't.
backup.
But I mean, yeah, and again, we know that's probably going to be played at Wrestle Dream at this point. Brian Danielson, by the way, a record of 28-3 this year. And remember, he started this year outside of AEW, facing Kazuchika Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 18 in the Tokyo Dome. And Okada got his win back against the American Dragon, Brian Danielson. This is their third ever one-on-one encounter, and they are 1-1. First time they met last year was at Forbidden Door. Brian Danielson did the unthinkable. He submitted Kazuchika Okada, a feat that hasn't been done since Shinsuke Nakamura back in 2015. Okada has never let it down. And there's no doubt that Brian Danielson is not coming into this at 100% after the war he had last week with Nigel McGuinness, who's on commentary, by the way.
Got to wonder if Nigel's going to get involved some way, shape, or form here.
Finally got it on. I don't know when the bell rang.
Title
It
versus
didn't.
title.
It didn't. It says title versus title right now.
Okay, so let me know when it gets to Danielson's face while they're in the ring after the bell rang.
They're holding both titles up in the air right now.
Oh, boy. Wait for the
Fucking
bell.
unbelievable slang.
Just free, brother. Just free. Tranquilo, hermano.
The bell has rung. James,
Bell
do your
rings!
thing.
Here we go!
You better fucking say that. Brian Danielson, Kazuchika Okada 3, AEW World Intercontinental Championship. Title versus title for the first 20 minutes.
What a cop-out way to keep both titles on both of these guys.
I mean, Nigel McGuinness and freaking Brian Danielson did in 2006. So is it really a surprise to you?
Yeah, that's fair.
Brian Danielson, 24 years of wrestling experience. Kazuchika Okada, one of the greatest of all time, 20 years of wrestling experience. Both men trained by Ultimo Dragon. Kazuchika Okada trained by the likes of Yuji Nagata, defined in New Japan Pro Wrestling for the better part of over 16 years. Absolute classic being ran back for the third time and possibly truly the last time.
Collar and elbow tie-up.
Got no time applied here in the middle of the ring. Kazuchika Okada right
James,
now,
I think
of course.
I think you're like 2 seconds ahead.
Yeah, if that is.
Motherfucker.
Brian Danielson, of course, having kinesio tape across the shoulder blades here. Already endured wars with scapegoat Jack Perry and Nigel McGuinness winning the AEW World Championship against.
I wouldn't call
at All
Jack
In.
Perry a war, but you know.
Well, Jack Perry was one of those that I think was a sleeper because I think he surprised a lot of people with what he did, hanging and going very technical against American Dragon Brian Danielson. At one point, Jack Perry held Brian Danielson up to a dream match standard, and then he sacrificed himself to the Bisako knee when he knew that his goose was cooked. Okada will not do that, I guarantee you.
I got literal goosebumps right now.
Me too. This is professional wrestling, damn it. And again, next week we'll be back here for Title Tuesday for AEW Dynamite. Special start time and night, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's fucking go. It was last year, Title Tuesday, where the AEW Women's World Championship changed hands. Could we see something similar? Trickle numb and knuckle lock here. And right now, both these men juggling position, test the strength here, driving up against each other's shoulders. And I gotta wonder if Brian Danielson's shoulders going to hold up here.
He's trying to go and get Okada here. Okada with a nice reversal.
And
I
again,
wonder,
Okada,
Jay-
of course.
I wonder,
Go ahead,
JJ, if they're gonna keep a clock for the first 20 minutes for the Okada's title to let you know when his title's no
Well, they
longer
have
on
to.
the
I
line.
mean, yeah, they have to. Ooh. Looking for the Juji Katami. Okada locks the wrist, though, preventing the extension. Now he's trying to transition.
Boop-a-doop-boo.
Again, there's a reason why Okada. Whoa! Great scouting of that Dragon Brian Danielson. And that kick missed. Okada. Oh, right! Whoa! Great scouting of Brian Danielson. Headlock takeover. Head scissors counter here. Both men jump in position. Another headlock takeover. Both men jockeying on the mat. And again, stalemate.
Nice.
Our main
Yeah.
event continues here in restaurant quality. Picture in picture. Don't go
Come
anywhere.
on, for the
Fuck
end, for
television.
the main event, fuck television double time.
Yeah.
Good.
They're
grief.
definitely they're 2 minutes away from already getting into the overrun, and
Well, again, they said an
What the hell?
extended amount of time. Kazuchika Okada right now
That is the
asking Bryan
weirdest
Danielson
way to do an overrun I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
do things differently here in TNT and AEW apparently for the 5-year anniversary. I guess I don't know if it's
well,
gonna be a standard thing.
like you said, after that deal, they got some extra money.
True that. And again, congratulations to AEW and what you developed over 5 years and what you continue to develop for the future across Warner Bros. Discovery, starting with Max next year.
You know
Again,
what I'm
Okada
glad?
right now going to the ropes.
You know what I'm glad, guys, and happy that we actually got in our lifetime to see the birth of a company and see the rise of it, because we're
Amen.
all too young to see the birth of WWE and WWF and all that. We actually got to see the birth of a company before our own eyes.
We've seen the genesis, we've seen the evolution, and we've seen the reinvention that is AEW Dynamite across 2 different logos, 3 different sets, 5 years, and over 20 plus pay-per-views. Outside Ring of Honor acquisition and partnerships with CMLL, Stardom, and NJPW.
New Japan or AAA too.
Well, to a degree, yeah, you got that. You're right there. But again, Wrestle Dynasty, you saw what's on the freaking logo. And again, Wrestle Dynasty will be the day after Wrestle Kingdom 19, January 5th, from the Tokyo Dome.
I think Okada's playing mind games here, just walking around on the outside.
Yeah, but again, we talked about, the mental game of Bryan Danielson. We talked about 2 of the greatest wrestlers here, James. We're talking about 2 of the strongest mental games in the business as well.
Yeah, and you'll notice that Okada's trying to maintain his Continental title.
Absolutely. It's a cop-out. And Bryan Danielson, he's just going along with it. I think for Bryan, it's not about the Continental Championship. It's the fact that he said, this is not my title. It's not Jon Moxley's title. This is AEW's title. And I'm going to prove why this is AEW's title by fucking wrestling for it.
He just wants to show why he's in AEW and why AEW is a great company. He's just putting it on. He says this is AEW's World Championship. He's showing how much it means.
Yeah, what Jon Moxley said, this isn't your company anymore. I think Jon Moxley says this company more so maybe his, while Bryan Danielson still believes this company is everybody's. And as far as being a fan of All Elite Wrestling, I agree with the Bryan Danielson mindset. Yeah, nice hammerlock here of the right arm and looking to hyperextend the left arm. I'm surprised he's not working on the right arm, though, that Okada loves to utilize for the Rainmaker.
Bryan's got to be careful. I mean, he's using Okada's elbow, but he's hitting it right in his own shoulder. And we know the history of the shoulder and neck area injuries with Bryan.
And, of course, we also know, James, it was literally Bryan Danielson who dissected Kazuchika Okada and literally was tearing the arm out of his socket that caused
Did we just get
tap.
Did we just get a full commercial?
Yeah, fuck television. Yep. This is television. This is fucking television.
What the fuck? We are in the overrun period.
Yep, but this is television. Fuck television.
They still need to make their money with ads.
Yep. If anyone wants to hear James rant, let your voices be known now in the chat. And hello again to everybody that's been watching. Thank you for tuning into our coverage, this extensive coverage of AEW Dynamite's 5th anniversary. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend, PayPal my pal, support us in our continued showcase of our passions. And also stay tuned for some things that will occur for Bad Blood. Following the conclusion of AEW Dynamite shortly after, and JJ simply put, where he will give up his simple thoughts on what we've seen tonight from Dynamite. We are back here, AEW Dynamite 5th anniversary, our main event, title versus title, AEW World and Continental Championship on the line. Kazuchika Okada and Bryan Danielson. Continental Championship on the line only for the first 20 minutes.
I think we got about 15 left to go here.
If that, probably more. Who knows at this point? Referee Bryce Ren's relevant for this contest. Another Greco-Roman knuckle lock here. Touch of strength, driving Bryan into the corner. And again, Okada's title is only on the line for the first 20 minutes. Continental Championship rules. Continental Championship matches only go for 20 minutes, and there are no seconds allowed at ringside.
And remember, Okada is the bigger man as they're in the corner here. He's showing his strength.
Again, non-popular tactic here. Usually Kazuchika Okada, back in a previous life, James, used to just give a clean break after the pat to the chest. Okada has changed his entire character since arriving in AEW.
Yeah, well, Danielson knows how to fight dirty. That's the difference here.
That's the elite's influence on him.
And he knows he's got till 5, and Bryan Danielson looking to follow up. And between the ropes with the drop kick. Drives Okada to the barricade. Okada catching Bryan.
Flapjack.
Massive flapjack.
Vintage Okada.
Look at that smile.
Cheeky bastard. Corporate Okada again. Best thing in this business.
Chicky Beach.
And of course, Cusco. Yeah, and of course, we are literally just a couple months away from the Continental Classic, second ever Continental Classic, where, of course, the Continental Champion will be the first ballot candidate.
Neck breaker.
Nice neck breaker.
Such a simple move is just so dangerous
Cover.
for Brian's history of neck problem.
Yeah, you think?
I mean, the kinesio tape doesn't show you the freaking bright target.
Yeah, literally had neck
bullseye.
infusion surgery years back, and he needs another surgery coming up.
He even said that again. Bryan Danielson, by the way, he is not on a contract anymore. Once he loses the AEW Championship, his career is over. The back elbow in the corner by Kazuchika Okada.
His in-ring career is over. We never know what he'll put himself involved in.
No, I think literally it's about wrestling. Again, he talked about his two loves, wrestling and family. And again, show your love to the victims of Hurricane Helene. Text Helene, Helene, to 7070 to show your support. Let's help those in need, and let's realize how blessed we are to have what we have, even if you have your own struggles, for those that have nothing and have the ultimate struggle to rebuild. Please show your kindness to those that are affected by Hurricane Helene. Support one another, respect each other.
707070, by the way. There's 3.
Always tell your loved ones you love them.
Well, as good old JR says, tomorrow is never guaranteed. That's why I always treat today like a blessing.
Yeah.
Big
The
elbow strike.
only thing guaranteed in life is death and taxes.
Unfortunately. Play the elbow to the back of the head. Of course, we saw Nigel McGuinness literally dissect that arm of Bryan Danielson last week at Grand Slam. And he hasn't favored it so far.
Trying to go for a tombstone. Got countered.
I hope we get a good, fair, final resulting match. Please don't have like Moxley interfere and screw it up on us.
Moxley already says that he knows what he's got to do at Wrestle Dream, and he plans to do it there. I don't think you got to worry about that tonight. War is coming, and it will culminate Saturday next weekend at Wrestle Dream in Tacoma, Washington. That's a headline there.
What is on their mind? Both are up on the top rope for a second now. Oh, don't tell me he's going to go for his flying head, but
that's exactly what he's picking here. The American Dragon. Look at the sword. Oh, man.
That did not go well.
Nobody home.
That's a very subtle comment, James. You see that cheeky smile once again on Okada's face. Clearly scouting. Now look for the money clip.
Got the money clip fully cinched in. He's won many a championships with this move.
And look at the positioning. He's nowhere near the ropes.
Yeah, double wrist lock applied here.
He's got it fully cinched in, man. Holy hell.
Bryan working his way up to his knee, now down his feet.
Go after the neck and the arm of Bryan Danielson with that hold, but your own arm is working against you. They're going to need the clothesline. Okada picking up speed once again. Kick the midsection, hook it up. DDT!
Great DDT by Okada.
And the cover, hook of the leg, and kick out at 2.
Except I cringe too. I hate when he goes for that, but
well, again, who wins a headbutt against a goat?
That's
nobody,
true.
Including the goat.
And still, Nigel McGuinness apparently holds no love laws against Bryan Danielson, calling him Crying Brian.
Kind of staring him down, man, trying to figure out what to do next.
Again, Kazuchika Okada right now, one of the strongest mental games in the business with Bryan Danielson.
Tombstone, I think, guys.
Again, we'll see if this match goes longer than 20 minutes. We'll see if it goes beyond 30, if not all the way to 60. We have seen these men literally have a fight for over a good 30 minutes. You and I called that match last year, James.
Yep. Oh, Jesus. Going to go for a gut wrench.
Again,
I think he's going for the tombstone. It's just Bryan is fighting it.
Yeah, Okada's struggling right now to lift Bryan for the vertical position. And Bryan with those body shots, Okada right to the eyes.
Right in front of the referee, but again, referee's discretion.
Either tile, by the way, can change via count out, so count out means nothing here.
Referee's discretion. But either way, it's an elite. So Okada's part of the elite. Does a referee really have the balls to disqualify anybody from the elite?
Considering the importance of this match, I think the referee would be foolish, and I think a riot would start if it was disqualification were to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Irish reversal, Irish whip, Okada thrown hard into the corner. Bryan Danielson looking to follow up, and Okada again scouting Bryan. First to the top rope, drop kick.
Orton and Okada have got to have the two most beautiful drop kicks in the damn business.
Yeah, for sure.
I still say Okada's the better.
Yeah.
And again, Kazuchika Okada literally was the face of New Japan Pro Wrestling 7 times over.
All I know is if I'm Maven, I'm pissed because he's getting disrespected. He had a great drop kick too.
Yeah. Let's call it an understudy. Irish whip, and Bryan sent hard into the barricade at ringside.
He's been relegated to understudy. I'll have you know that Maven Huffman eliminated The Undertaker with his drop kick.
He has a great YouTube channel. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I'll give you both that. Okada going inside the ring, bringing up the ref's 10 count, continuing the punishment, looking to follow up again. Massive big boot drives Bryan over the barricade into the audience.
Why does Okada and Danielson have marks on their back that is precisely at the same location? Anybody else notice that?
Yeah.
Good question. I don't know.
Listen to the crowd. They're actually cheering for Okada.
That's because you respect the Rainmaker, considering the caliber of athlete he is. Hard Irish whip, though, by Bryan to Okada. Into the barricade.
No, that's going to leave another mark there, James, to your point.
And Bryan, once again, bringing up the count. Both these men continue to punch on the outside, and now Bryan punching Okada. Whoa, man!
Jesus. There's that drop kick.
Running drop kick by Bryan Danielson.
He usually does that in the corner. He did that on the outside over by the railing there.
Yeah, by the timekeeper's area. Now go to the top row, possibly go for the missile drop kick.
And again, we are going to stay with this match as long as it takes. Missile drop kick by Bryan to Okada.
Thought he was going to kick up after.
Okada,
don't go for a suicide dive. Please don't go for a suicide dive.
He's going for a suicide dive.
You realize who you're talking to? Suicida.
Are we at a 20-minute mark? How long has this match been going?
I think it started at 9:58.
We probably are close to 10 minutes at this point. I'm not just a little bit over that, James. And again, total 60-minute timer for the World Championship. Less than 10 minutes left for the Continental. Take a little replay here on the Tope Suicida in the distance that Bryan covers.
Bryan again going to the high rent district.
Looking for something bigger. Drop kick to the back of Okada. Takes Okada off his feet. Kip up by American Dragon.
With inflation, everything's the high rent district, to be honest.
Thanks.
And Bryan Danielson right now teeing off against Okada with these kicks.
The yes kick? I don't know.
As far as I'm concerned, the yes kicks, and fuck your petty bullshit copyright nonsense, you pissant of a branding company.
Damn.
Good boy by Okada.
I
Fuck
agree.
the WWE for that.
Lapel lock.
I was trademark yes. Because
Okada hooking the near leg. And reversal, the crucifix too, and kick out.
I wonder if they're going to ring the bell like at the end of the 20 minutes, and that's going to be like a confusion thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, I imagine Justin Roberts will just make an announcement because as far as I'm concerned, we have the World Championship on the line for the full 60 minutes, and that's what it's more about at the end of the day, especially for Okada. These uppercuts, though, right now.
Yeah, by the way, the last time Okada was a champion was last year as well.
Oh!
Damn, he's slapping him in the face.
Yeah, firefight bringing out here. To your point, James, it was last year at Wrestle Kingdom that Kazuchika Okada beat Switchblade by fork his last IWG Pro Heavyweight Championship.
Damn, Bryan is bitch slapping Okada.
Irish whip versus Irish whip. Step up, Escalade out of the corner, up and over. Bryan Danielson picking up speed. Okada unable to keep up with it. Drop kick!
Oh, wow. Great drop kick counter.
Fuck, his drop kicks.
Good grief. And Okada right now back in the driver's seat here, hoisting up Bryan with the scoop slam and setting him up for that top rope elbow drop.
This is what fractured his orbital bone.
Oh, boy. And it's shattered the arm of Bryan Danielson. Oh, they got it.
You know what usually follows that?
Yeah, get ready for that wide shot, cameraman Okada.
Gonna go for the flip off.
For
the Rainmaker.
heat-seeking bastard.
That's a heat-seeking missile.
And we're nearing the time limit for the Continental Championship. Okada right now looking for wrist control, trying to hook him up. Ripcord read. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh!
Triangle.
He's got though. He's got to watch his shoulders though.
He
pointed the
doesn't
elbow
have
at
the
the top of the
triangle
head.
right. He needs to lower the left leg down more.
Yeah, exactly.
Pointing the elbow to the crown of the head here, trying to wear out Kazuchika Okada the same way he beat Eddie Kingston during the Continental Classic.
But
Oh,
nice
go for
switch into the
label lock,
label lock. If anyone knows about the Royal Triangle, it's me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, and again, the leg lock cinched in, but Okada's not flat on his belly, so not full pressure being applied. But again, pointing the elbow to the top of the head, and of course, trapped in that triangle, damage done to the neck of the Rainmaker.
And
Yeah,
he
those
does
long
cover.
legs
He's
gonna-
covering his nose, making it harder to breathe.
And those long legs are going to come into play, I think, for Okada. He's going to try to use those legs to get a rope break.
And again,
That's
Okada
another-
taps. Bryan Danielson becomes the brand new AEW Continental Champion. And this is the same way he beat
Oh,
him at
yeah.
Forbidden Door last year.
Look at the repositioning. Look at the
Oh, no!
repositioning.
Oh,
Bryan
my
Danielson,
God!
They beat Okada. Okada trapped. The arm's trapped.
God
Oh.
damn, he just got the ropes.
And
Bryan
again,
Danielson checking on the time. He's
the
asking the
second he
ref.
connects.
Oh, but
Oh,
brilliant.
no.
He kept his championship alive and around his waist.
That means a part of Bryan Danielson, at least a part of him, actually wants to win that title because he's asking the
And
ref
there's
how
only
much time.
10 seconds remaining in this Continental Championship match. 20 minutes have elapsed, which means Kazuchika Okada is still the AEW Continental Champion, but the AEW World Championship is still on the line.
Now it's
Now-
all about the one title.
Exactly. And the only way that changed is we have pinfall submission inside the ring.
And I believe shenanigans are about to be afoot because the Continental rules do not apply here anymore.
And again, Okada right now, literally, you can see the smile on Okada's face, knowing he denied Bryan Danielson. Well, Bryan, good God!
Oh,
That
I
was
think all
dangerous because his foot was slipping.
Yeah, I think all that did was piss off Danielson.
Oh boy, American Dragon now seeing the rage coming out of
And they
him.
go for a running knee into the ran. Oh,
Okada got
tombstone!
hooked.
Oh,
He got
shit.
hooked.
Oh!
No, tombstone power driver on a chair on the floor.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Good job, Okada, of
And we
protecting
are going to stick with
Bryan's
this the
neck.
rest of our
I
client.
saw it.
Picture. Can Bryan Danielson continue? Fuck
Fuck
television.
TV!
Why is there another picture-in-picture?
Because television sucks.
Because television works on ads.
Okada with a smile on his
Stinky.
face. That chair conveniently in place.
That was beautiful because it just looked so nonchalant earlier, the way he threw it to the floor. As we go to a replay here, take a look at this tombstone right on the chair, James.
Jesus, dude. He brutalized him on that chair. Look at the dent in that chair after that tombstone, by the way. That was lethal.
Yeah, you notice the way that Bryan Danielson took a moment to actually grab his shoulder, by the way, after the
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah, exactly.
Kazuchika Okada right now bringing Bryan Danielson back inside the ring, and now draped on the
Oh,
apron.
no.
DDT!
Libra DDT!
And
God.
further damage and impact on the head and neck and shoulders of Bryan
Now-
Danielson.
Now he's mocking him with the damn yes chance.
Kazuchika Okada is literally summing up for both the Rainmaker and the Money Clip. Focus attack
Now-
on the shoulders and neck.
Now that the Continental title isn't on the line anymore, there is a newfound confidence in Okada. You got to believe he was just being on the defensive so he doesn't lose his title. Now he doesn't give a shit anymore.
No, and that's what makes him dangerous. And he's a multi-time world champion. I don't care what type of games he plays being a part of Elite. He is still the damn Rainmaker. He is a multi-time world champion. Danielson's in tremendous trouble. He just got 2 different spike pile driver type maneuvers on the floor. One was onto a chair. He is in a bad way.
Okada right now is Bryan Mason in the ring before the 10 count here, and this match continues. And again, the winner of this match, by the way, let's keep in mind, this is now for the AEW World Championship. And the next challenger
Oh,
for the
no.
title,
Heavy Rain!
Rain, the neck break over the knee. Hold that for a cover. 2. No, the winner of this match, whoever leads as champion, has Jon Moxley waiting for them next weekend at Wrestle Dream.
Mm. So Moxley's keeping a close eye on this match backstage.
And you wonder, Jon Moxley, by the way, might I add, who has faced the American Dragon Bryan Danielson before and beat him. You wonder, though, if Jon Moxley wants to face Bryan Danielson or face for the first time ever Kazuchika Okada. During Jon Moxley's run to Japan Pro Wrestling, he never faced Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah, it's a fact. To counter that point, the Lucha Brothers are getting paid $3 million per freaking contract. So shut up, get back on TV, get paid. There's my fucking thoughts on that one.
Oh, jeez. Point of the elbow to the side of the head. Turn Bryan Danielson around.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's not get political here, folks, or corporate. All right,
I'm not getting political. I'm just pointing out facts. You're getting paid to sit on your ass and not do anything because you wanted to do business like a cheapskate, which is essentially what they did. I don't support that. Sorry,
yeah, that's fair.
Especially with how well Tony's treated the both of them. Granted, I'm not saying he did the best with them, but that doesn't give them an excuse to do business the complete wrong ass backwards way. Sorry.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. I agree with that sound business logic. Sometimes being selfish, though, is the only thing people care about in this world. And Bryan Danielson right now, massive superplex!
Jesus Christ!
How much damage did he do to himself there?
AEW World Champion Online, our main event here, the 5th anniversary of Aew Dynamite. Kazuchika Okada challenging American Dragon Bryan Danielson, and we just literally saw both men crash and burn off a massive standing superplex. And this is solely about the AEW World Championship, period. And no matter how long it takes, we are going to see the rest of this match. Both men slowly getting back up to their feet. And Okada running in, though. Bryan scouting it, though. Knife edge chop in the corner here. Their third ever one-on-one encounter. Both men 1-1 against each other. Bryan submitting the Rainmaker. Okada hitting Bryan. And once again, Okada, whoa! Those kicks
nice
right
elbow.
now. And both these men literally just running up against each other, keeping up one another. Danielson charging in. Okada looking to catch him, though. Waistlock applied. And there's the leg.
Oh, Jesus! Right to the point of the elbow. German suplex.
Okada back on his feet, though. Drop kick. John Woo. Bryan back to his feet. Oh, catch Okada with a buzzsaw. Miss with the left, connect with the right. Bryan, drop kick.
Nice drop kick.
Damn, he rose so high with that drop kick.
And once again, Bryan blocking it, though. Okada trying to keep wrist control. Again.
Jesus.
Bryan did some scouting.
And Okada later getting the win knocked out of him, courtesy of Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, he's kicking him right in the chest.
Yeah,
those forearms are not having nearly the strong effect that they want to because of the kicks to the chest.
I also want to point this out, James and Walter. You're talking about the kicks to the chest. They're the kicks to the bicep. He's trying to literally render that right arm useless for the Rainmaker.
True that.
Uh-oh. And Bryan might be looking to kick Okada's head in.
Oh, Jesus. He did it. He did it successfully as far as I'm concerned. Look at the way the head is ricocheting back off the canvas.
These kicks look so lethal.
It's Bryan Danielson we're talking about. I'm just saying.
He's setting up for that knee here, Noah.
We saw that Psycho knee hit Okada before, and it drove him to the outside of the ring, though. Both men have to be freaking fatigued. We've got to be close to 30 minutes at this point.
Stay down, Okada. Jesus. You might not like what's waiting for you.
As the advantage, the AEW World Champion looking to follow up. Okada catching him, though. Hooking him up.
Holy shit. You're kidding me.
He needs to make a cover.
He's exhausted, though, Noah.
It was a successive Rainmaker that allowed Okada to beat Bryan Danielson. Okada unable to follow up here. Bryan inside out with that.
Yeah, Okada's conditioning, you got to wonder if it's been on complete empty here.
Both men running on empty right now.
But we know both men can go up to 60 minutes. Kenny Omega and Okada went to a 60-minute draw at one time and 63 minutes in a follow-up, 2 out of 3 falls. Bryan Danielson went 60 minutes with MJF.
Both men pretty much using each other to get up.
Forehead to forehead, champion and challenger, Bryan Danielson, Kazuchika Okada.
Here's
These
the
two
forearm
men.
exchanges.
The definition of elite in professional wrestling.
Sure is.
Forearms. Both men on their knees exchanging forearms at this point.
And Bryan Danielson and Okada right now firing up each other in this exchange.
Yeah, they
Elbows to the side of the head.
You know Bryan is a man that likes to get that second and third win.
But so is Okada. This man's been punished and tested, baptized by physical fire by Katsuyori Shibata and Minoru Suzuki. Again, and if Bryan Danielson loses, that is it. He is done, period. He will hang up his boots, and he is done in professional wrestling.
And Okada's looking to revel in that fact.
Nails and days right now, and Okada literally...
And like you alluded to earlier, that would lead to a first-time match.
Okay.
If Bryan was to lose, because then it'll be Moxley Okada.
Again, we know the resilience. We know the spirit of the American Dragon.
Oh,
Hit me, I'm going to hit you harder. Then hit me harder. Paint brushing, pipe facing, and knocking Okada sideways with that rolling elbow. Up the ropes, single leg boot. Okada, though, waist slot, German suplex. Bryan lands on his feet, though, rolls through. The psycho knee. Okada blocks it, though, runs off.
Oh! It's almost like grenade! It's almost like grenade! Holy shit! Are you kidding me? I thought he had it. I honestly God thought he might have had it.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Holy hell! What a kick out!
And once again, rip. Yep. That's her knee. Bryan Danielson, though. With a
Bryan!
and a hook off the leg. Turban 10 kick out by Okada at 2.
Holy shit!
Both men got to be thinking, what the hell do I do to put this man away?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, they just let it use each other's best move, and it didn't get the job done.
They need the kitchen sink, Noah.
And this might work. The hammering of the elbows looking to knock out the Rainmaker. And now Okada, though, look at the drive, look at the grit in the Rainmaker's face. Uh-oh.
Holy
Trying to
shit.
capture the head.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Heavy rain attempt. Heavy rain?
Got it!
Ow!
Danielson dropped on his neck.
Pinning it. What is he doing? What is he doing? I thought he was going to pin him Undertaker style, but he's got to go for the Rainmaker again.
He wants to make sure he finishes this. Rainmaker!
Oh
and
my God, he might win
wrist
it.
control. And
I just said, please don't do that after this great match.
Well, let's not forget, though, Claudio Castagnoli faced Kazuchika Okada for the Continental Championship to a 20-minute draw. And there's Pac.
Fuck?
Pac, of course, who faced Okada back at Dynasty for the AEW Continental Championship as well. Okada beat the bastard. And Rainmaker just in the knee. Bryan Danielson with the backslide, the cover, 2, got him!
What the hell?
That's how
that
they
came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere.
All it takes is 3 seconds. Okada got a little bit too full of himself and distracted by former victories. And Bryan Danielson capitalized with the backslide.
There was a couple weak finishes here tonight.
You think?
Well, clearly they're trying to set up a wrestle dream here. Again,
There's an
sometimes it's not
angle.
about the moment. Sometimes it's about the match and vice versa.
It had to be a fucking...
No, there's an angle they're going to work on.
And Okada's not done yet. Rainmaker!
Okada's going to leave Bryan at the mercy of the former Black Combat Pool.
And with a big old fuck you to Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. I think he blames Pac and Claudio for losing.
He's walking away with the... Oh, no.
Well, he's still a Continental champion.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, Okada just got his first pinfall loss in AEW. The Rainmaker's been embarrassed.
And like hyenas to the freaking to the corpse that's already down.
Oh, yeah, that's real bold by these men. Beating a man after going to war with freaking Kazuchika Okada. You really prove your worth.
A freaking pack of hyenas here.
What the fuck?
Oh boy. And Danielson has no friends here, but he's got one enemy that's waiting to challenge him at Wrestle Dream.
I think
Brian
they're just setting him
realized.
up for Moxley. Yeah.
Yep, John Moxley's in the building.
Oh no. Oh no.
I hope he doesn't have a plastic bag with him.
Let's get something through. You're simple-minded, blueberry picking little brain. None of it.
Where is if he had holding him?
What the hell is John Moxley fighting for if it's not about him?
Because I have to. Because no one else will.
He said, I'm fighting for something bigger because I have to because no one else will. If this was about me, I would have put you out of your misery years ago.
So who's forcing John Moxley's will here? I mean, who the hell has John Moxley?
Shane McMahon, maybe.
Oh, wait a minute. Will you up with a wrench? I thought, well, I guess Brian Danielson has at least one friend. Oh, wait, that's a hammer.
I'm not necessarily sure if Yuta's on anybody's side, per se.
Well, you sure about that? You want to retract that statement, James?
Not entirely. Let's wait and see what happens here.
I don't think Moxley gives a damn about a hammer.
Well, what the hell does John Moxley give a damn about?
I don't know. But it might be Shane McMahon that's pulling Moxley's strings. You never know.
Yuta right now looking for a reason.
Moxley
Give Yuta a
almost
reason.
carrying Yuta.
And Brian Danielson going after, well, I guess we got our answer, but it's still 4-2, the numbers game. Claudio trying to seize the hammer right now. Brian Danielson with Yuta are fighting against Claudio and Bach for everything they're worth.
Does Yuta and Danielson have some friends?
Nobody.
Claudio right now getting out of harm's way, and right now Yuta and Brian have control of the ring, but we still don't know the purpose behind John Moxley.
You never know if this is a complete setup, and Yuta turns on Brian too.
Yuta.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm not a child. I'm my own man. Fight my own fights.
Next week, Title Tuesday. If the two of you want to get to Brian Danielson, you're going to have to go through me too.
Oh, I think we just set up a tag team match.
Oh boy.
Yuta throwing out the challenge to Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. But wait a minute, though. Again, though, Yuta, he's a trios champ with these two.
Doesn't sound like he gives a shit. I think we might have another vacancy, folks. I don't think that's going to last any longer.
I mean, to be fair, the only real trio in AEW is the House of Black.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like we did get a huge challenge thrown out. In a night where we celebrate history and we look towards this absolute adversity, Title Tuesday, it's Brian Danielson with a Yuta taking on Clark Snelly and Pac, as we are just 8 days away from Wrestle Dream, where we may finally learn the mission statement with John Moxley, if he's indeed supposed to be the final countdown to make a dragon, Brian Danielson. But for now, Brian Danielson is still the AEW World Champion. So it will be Brian Danielson versus John Moxley at Wrestle Dream 1 week from Saturday.
Well, what they could do is if Yuta wins, then the title becomes vacant. He gets to pick his two partners, and if he loses, he's got to give up his one title to them.
Well,
True.
again, there's still a lot more questions than answers. But for now, AEW Dynamite's off the air. So for James Hebert and Walter Cruz, I'm the Seminole Foster, bidding you all find I do from this stream as I prepare other things. Stay tuned. Courtesy of Simulable Studios for Silly Predicting in about T-minus 15 minutes. I leave this right now to the three of you. Goodbye.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess we're probably going to close it out, no?
Yeah, but we got to bring JJ in to give his final thoughts.
Fair dues.
So, is this Title Tuesday or Battle of the Belts? Like,
I don't know.
we have a match on Title Tuesday with no titles on the line.
Don't ask me, man.
I don't know.
I mean, unless Brian and Yuta's belts are on the line, and if Pac or Claudio can pin them, then one of them becomes champion. What the fuck are we doing here?
I don't know.
Booking for booking's sake, JJ.
I just realized my mouthpiece wasn't down because I was
Yeah.
eating dinner before I popped back in here.
Yeah,
Mhm. We heard you though. Yeah, I
Okay,
guess they're
but
just
yeah,
booking
like
for booking's
what?
sake.
What the hell?
I don't know.
This
Who
match
knows?
could be on Rampage. It could be on Collision.
Should be
It
on
could be
Collision.
on Dynamite the week after all this. Like, why are we doing this on Title Tuesday if there's no title on the line?
Yeah, right.
It defeats the purpose of it being on Title Tuesday, especially to have the AEW champion in a match and no title on the line.
Right.
Otherwise, it was a decent show. I mean, I kind of agree with the sentiment in the chat room here. I think it was Matthew. Yeah, freaking 30-minute overrun, and it ends with a backslide and Wheeler Yuta. Like,
Dude, I'm
Mhm.
pissed.
okay,
I'm pissed.
I was hoping we'd get something bigger.
At least a Busaiku knee. Like, what the? Why
Or
couldn't you just go there?
you know, Mox is teasing who's pulling his strings and everything, and I do think Shane McMahon is behind this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a better booked WCW invasion, where Shane is kind of leading all the ex-WWE guys.
Yeah.
I would have brought Shane out tonight.
No, I guarantee
No,
you that.
save
that
him for
World's End.
Wrestle Dream.
I don't know if it's even going to be Wrestle Dream. I think they're honest to God going to be saving him for World's End.
I don't know if they can strain it that long.
Well, that's fair. It is a.
I mean, long-term storytelling is definitely something that I'm down for, but I don't know if Tony Khan can book it to World's End and keep it interesting without doing the reveal. If not Wrestle Dream, Full Gear. It would have to be Full Gear at the latest.
Yeah,
he could maybe get us through another month.
He couldn't keep the devil storyline too interesting for too long. He dragged it. They got a little like at that point we were like, we know who it is already. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Walter. Look at the devil storyline.
Yeah, it was bad. It was done
and
bad.
Then you had the whole Kingdom thing, and with Adam Cole out, it did nothing.
Yep.
A fart in church was more over than that angle.
All right.
Yeah. Well,
but all in all, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I do agree that the finishes for Osprey, Ricochet, and this were a little sus. But like I said, as far as Osprey, Ricochet, I think they realized they fucked up by booking this too early. So they went with the, in case of emergency, pull switch lever to get him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
This, I think they hyped the overrun, made it too much of a deal for the payoff.
Yep.
I'm not mad at the match. It was a great match. But if you're going to hype the longest overrun in AEW history, shit, if it wasn't Shane, it should have been Vince McMahon walking out there to just fuck the crowd over. Holy shit.
That would have been better.
Or at the very least, you could have did the overrun commercial free.
Yeah, something.
There's too many
or had a new, even if you don't do Shane, have somebody else join the stable.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about a potential Keith Lee return. We talked about a potential Adam Cole return. Yep. We did see Jay White, but he wouldn't have fit in that infrastructure. You would need another ex-WWE person. And before people come at me about Marina Shafir, she's basically the Ronda Rousey of the group.
Yep.
As one of the 4 horsewomen of UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else, Claudio, Mox, Pac/Neville, ex-WWE guys.
Yep.
And didn't Shane have a rivalry with Brian?
Yeah, he sure did.
Yep.
So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If I had to give it a letter grade like I would do on my review, I would say a B plus. It
Yeah.
was a solid show,
It
all in
was.
all.
It was.
I think the return of Jay White made up for the shitty finishes. But that's just me. What do you guys think?
It was alright. I'd give it a B. I think I was a little bit lackluster on a lot of things than probably a lot of other people would be, but it was it was a pretty good show.
It was. I'm
I'd
just
say it was
kidding.
above average.
Yeah.
It was above average, so I'm not putting it at a C,
No.
but I don't think it was good enough to be an A show either.
No.
Matthews is a B minus, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with the B plus. I'm just not a fan of that back and forth when you're hitting these poison run and things like that. The people just no
pop
sell
right
it.
up
Like,
and do it again.
yeah, it's just getting too much, man.
Well, I've talked about it for a while. The problem with that is that the Young Bucks are indie gods, and they run AEW with an indie mindset. That shit at PWG, the crowd would be fucking wetting themselves.
Yep.
On AEW, WWE, TNA, when they were Generation Me, that shit doesn't fly. You
No.
gotta make it believable. It's one thing to do it in a Legion Hall in front of 500 people because you want those people to come back every month.
Yep.
It's another thing to do it on TV over and over and over again because it kills the suspension of belief when it comes to these moves.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Especially when it comes to like a Poison Rana or
Yeah.
a Destroyer or something like that that's highly athletic that could literally hurt somebody. You're spiking somebody on their head and neck with that Poison Rana, you could break their neck,
Yep.
compress their spine. Same with the Destroyer.
Yep.
But you have them pop right up and then the other person does it right back. You kill the suspension of belief.
They're killing too many finishers or what used to be finishers are regular moves like the style clash. We've been seeing that like every pay-per-view and every week on AEW and even Okada with the tombstone. Like, don't the Undertaker's my guy. Don't disrespect the tombstone like that. Having everybody.
Well, I mean, at least it was on the outside, so it made sense to milk it until timed out.
But let's do our shows because JJ's got to get out of here, and I don't know if Noah's gonna have me come in there too. So
I only have one thing to really.
Well,
promote.
Noah, he's welcomes everybody. So if you want to come on, you're welcome to.
Well,
we did your.
Okay, so I guess
socials.
we're going to me first.
Yeah.
Go to my channel. It's now up on the main side as well as the members only side. I have my review of the Mr. McMahon documentary, as well as my review of The Killer's Game, starring Dave Bautista and a bit role for Drew McIntyre, also starring Terry Crews, Ben Kingsley. Go check that stuff out. Of course, you've got the Saturday Shenanigans coming up this Saturday. It'd be normal shenanigans. We'll see if it's a short show since it'll probably just be me and Noah for a good chunk of it since you guys will be doing UFC 307. But there's the socials again. Follow me there. And anybody else that wants to hear more of my opinions, tune into For the Love of Wrestling, which is traditionally Monday through Friday, about a half hour, 45 minutes after the shows go off the air. I'm not doing any others this week because we had the watch along covered, so you pretty much got our live reactions as it happened. Tomorrow's Impact is a best of because of the hurricane, and Friday SmackDown I've got to work during, so I won't be able to do that one either.
Yep.
Otherwise, you can see me giving predictions for Bad Blood here in about 15 minutes.
You guys can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and X at jhebertside95 and on Facebook at James He-Man Hebert. It's really cool and dumb things on the internet. Go check out my uncle's documentary, and I will share my screen just to kind of show that it is there. Again, we got the documentary reaching about 692 views with 6 comments. Here's the list of people that are in the documentary. Some pretty big names, plus some family members. We already got 6 comments in there. So go check that out. Give some love to the documentary, and yeah, that's pretty much all I get to plug there.
And thank you, Safed. I appreciate that.
All right, of course.
Mamacita.
Me, yeah.
As you can
Nice
tell,
kitty.
Walter did not have a heart attack on the air last week.
I damn
Or last
near
night,
did.
excuse me.
My internet had the heart attack. It kicked me out for a little bit. But yeah, of course, for me on the socials, on the X, you can follow me at Walter Alex Cruz. The Instagram is walter.cruz.940. You do need the dots. And of course, the @Rage of Wrestling YouTube channel. And for everyone here, for the Simple Man with the Spectacular Voice, Noah Foster, for the Renegade, JJ Williams, for James, the He-Man Hebert, we are going to say good night and tune in to Noah and JJ's channel as they do a simple prediction for Bad Blood coming up this Saturday. Remember, people, special start time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Botch. Where's Noah when you need him with the botches?
Botch.
But we will see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.